It's clobberin' time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Come get some.
It's clobberin' time! Clobberonimo!
Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberoids, clobberooskies, clobbers, every other kind of clobber. And for those who do not get clobber, don't worry. All you have to do is learn the secret, which is to bang the rocks together, guys. Clobberonimo! We indeed, pardon my coughing. I'm sorry. Had to cough there. Sorry. Good to see you, my friends. Greetings. I'm so glad to have you here to Clobberin Times issue number 696 on YouTube, 1,396 overall. Clobby's Clubhouse 111 with my most wonderful first officer in the fleet, RAQUEL Briggs, and the coolest chief engineer in the fleet, MARC D with HT. Thank you both for being here, and thank you all for being here in the chat. Before we get started with the show notes, the shout outs, and all that stuff, I'd like to turn the floor over to the most wonderful first officer in the fleet, excuse me, Commander Briggs, and let her take over and with some opening words.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for that warm welcome, Captain. I love you with all my heart. Hello, best friend. I'm sending smooches for your whole face. Good evening, Mark, and hail to the chat. Good evening, everyone. I am so excited about this evening. We're going to talk a little bit about Dream Girl and the Legion of Superheroes. We're going to talk a little bit about Blake 7. We're going to talk a little bit about the early voyages, the marvelous comic book that Clobby has been teaching me about. And what else do I have to say? Well, yesterday and today, my short story Sirens was a #1 release in the USA in its category, which is philosophy and criticism. It was also, I believe, #20 out of millions and millions of stories in science fiction. So I'm just totally blown away, and I'm just so grateful to all of you for your support. You can buy my stories for 99 cents at Amazon or on your Kindle device. If you'd like to buy my first book, which is a collection of science fiction short stories, these are episodic classic science fiction stories with none of the modern crap in it. You can buy a copy of that book on Barnes & Noble. You can also buy it on Amazon. And I would like to thank my patrons. My patrons are the fine folks who are funding my new book. They're the ones who get me to book signings, to bookstores, to public events and conventions so that I can get my work out there. And so I want to thank them publicly. I want to thank Larry first and foremost for his generosity and his friendship. He is just such a wonderful person to everyone in this community of indie creators and content makers. So I love you, Larry. Thank you for always having my back on everything. I also want to thank Tony Stark. He's another full backer of my book. Just a marvelous human being. Thank you so much, Tony. I also want to thank all of my patrons, Sean Carter, Shooter, Gwagnar, Dave, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie, Pete, Eric K and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, Dabman in the Dabman clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course Little Lance. You can chuck him some cheese as well as Kirby some cheese in the chat, Rob Altus, and Tyler. Thank you so much for backing this new book. I appreciate you more than words can say. I also would like to shout out to all of the wrenches and folks who are out there promoting Clubby's channel, especially people like Chris Persia and Larry. You guys are everywhere creating buzz about Clubby's channel and about the shows we do. So I just want to give a special shout out and let you know how much I appreciate that. I also want to say hello to all of the lurkers. You know, at the end of each one of these broadcasts, we wind up with, 200-300 people here, sometimes more, watching these shows. And so I want to thank the lurkers. Are you a member yet? Membership has its privileges. You can have a one-on-one with Clobby to talk about comics or anything in popular culture. He's a subject matter expert, a great guy to hang around with. And we have some silly emojis. Go ahead and feel free to join in and grab up a membership this evening. If you're not ready for a membership, but you're having a good time and like what we do tonight, don't forget to hit that like button. Clobber the like button. And don't forget to hit the sub button, and as well, don't forget to hit the notification bell. It will let you know when Clobby is on air. And so now I've talked enough, and I just want to throw it over to the boys. Captain, let's get this party started. Let's do it!
All right. Thank you so much. Number one, Chief Engineer, any opening words, sir?
Yeah, hello, and I got a special visitor tonight. So let me turn on my...
A special water? Hey.
My daughter's visiting with Mochi the cat.
Oh, look at the kitty cat.
Oh, what a beautiful pussycat. Oh, that's a pretty young
little
kitty.
kitten. Little baby.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's a baby.
So she likes all the Star Trek stuff. So
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Has she knocked down anything yet?
Almost, yeah, a few things, but not too bad.
Oh, she's adorable. What a cuddly little sweetheart.
She's very cute, very cute.
Oh,
there she goes. Yep,
there you go.
she's gone.
Uh-oh. There she goes.
She's on the back
She's
of
like,
the chair.
"Bye."
Back of the chair. Bye. So my daughter wanted to watch that on camera, see Mochi on camera. But
Oh, cool.
yeah, very fun to have a little
Excellent.
kitten in the house. Yep, and she does.
There you go.
Now she's trying to get out. Let me open the door so she can get out.
Gotcha. Well, some excuse me.
Yeah, we'll get started. Yeah, with the cat Alpha Proves, right, Larry?
Yes. Sorry about the coughing, everyone.
She'll
I'm
come back
working on it.
later. Yep.
I'm just happy that your voice sounds so much better.
Well, thank you. It was pretty bad. It still is.
You're
but man,
it's still very sick. That's obvious, but the change in your voice makes me very happy because before, sounded so sick.
It's I mean, I guess maybe it is different. I can't really tell anymore. But thank you. And let's see here. Let's see some show notes and some shout outs. First of all, I want to thank the great Jay, aka Drunk 3PO, for last night. What a blast we had. What an extraordinary and spiffing bloke. You all know who he is. He's one of the biggest YouTubers out there, and yet he came over to my little nothing of a show and hung out with me. Just an extraordinary gentleman. And a lot of fun to hang out with. I love his channel and always have, and found him just an amazing guy who does so much for so many people and has great channels and stuff. And he came over here and just talked comics with me, and we did it for over 3 hours last night. If you missed it, please go check it out on the channel. The video's still up and running, of course. The stream is up and running. You can watch it. You can catch it on a replay. And if you were here last night, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I didn't have a lot of time to shout a lot of people out, but I'm going to get you tonight for sure. And but I thank everyone who was here with us last night. Means the world to me. And again, we will do it again. He says we will do it again. He had some fun hanging, and he saw what a rocking fun chat we have. And again, I cannot thank you all enough for hanging out with us, and I cannot thank Jay enough, an extraordinary fellow. And I am proud to have had a chance to spend some time talking comics and some other geek stuff with him. So that was great. What a wonderful time we had last night, and it was just amazing. And I thank you all for who were here, and and I thank him. Let's see here.
It was a fun to meet him last night. Yeah, it was a great show. Great.
Yes, indeed. And
great to listen to.
Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate your help, by the way, with it last night. Let's see here. What's going on? Okay. Well, tomorrow night, of course, I'll be hanging with the J-Man on his channel, J-Man's channel with J-Man and Sean. Continuing, we're getting close to the end of it. Our review of Jack Kirby's Fourth World Saga. It's an epic, and we're doing 3 issues of it a month in chronological order, and we're getting close to the end of it. But we just have a blast doing it. So when that's done, we're not sure what other saga we're going to take on next. We might take on the Frank Miller Daredevil original run. That will take some doing, just like this did. And then, of course, a little later tomorrow night after that, that is, of course, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then the 6 Central, 8:30 Central, I should say, our 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, our good buddy Nick on his Friday night comic shop talk, as I always hang with Nick and the Friday night comic shop boys, and it's always a lot of fun. We're going to have our good buddy Jerry Kissel on, of course, who has a new comic coming out, and he's going to be talking about that. I'll have him on Monday night, incidentally, as well. Our good buddy Jagary. We all love Jagary. He's a pop culture minefield, by the way. He's a good pal, great comic book artist, and one of the gang, one of the guys.
One of us.
One of us. We all love Jagary, and we're looking forward to that both Friday night and then again he will be on with me on Monday night Mark C Comics Talk. So that we got that going on, and then tomorrow night, Saturday Night Star Trek. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. If you've been patiently hanging with us through our Voyager reviews, and we appreciate you all for being here for Saturday Night Star Trek through thick and through thin, as they say. But so many of you have stuck it out because you say you can't wait to get to 7 of 9. Well, here we are, season 4, 4 more episodes.
Justicles.
Yesicles. Indeed.
Justicles.
I'm going to get in trouble with my wife again.
Uh-oh. So here we
Did
go.
you see this gift that you received from Larry? Look at Larry building up this community.
I did not. Oh, thank you, Larry. 5 memberships gifted. Thank you so much. Anyone who is here who is not a member and you would like to be, please avail yourself of or I don't know how it works, or whether you just find somebody to give them to, or I don't know how that works, actually. So but either way, Larry, thank you, brother. I mean, Larry, that is.
Larry.
Thanks, buddy. Really
Love
appreciate
you, Larry.
that. Where were I? Okay, so again, there's that, and then of course, again, Saturday Night Star Trek, same Trek time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and same Clubby channel, and then Sunday Night Geekery at the great Chief Engineer's channel, Mark D with a C's channel, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's geekery, and sometimes it's eatery, but it's still the geekery to us. And then Sunday night then Monday night, 6 p.m. Central. We're going to be back on my channel. It's the B Monday of the month. So J-Man will join me for running a special early edition of Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk, where we go back to Earth B for another. It's not going to be this particular. This was last month, but I haven't made a new one yet. But it'll be a new Wacky World of Bob Haney presentation. The craziest writer who ever lived, the wackiest stories ever done in comics, and we will always find a story of his to take a look at. Let's put it like that. J-Man and myself, and we have a lot of fun on Earth B, and we look forward to that. And then again later, as I mentioned, the great Gary Kissel will join me for Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk at the regular time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's all we've got for the show notes. Now for some shout-outs. And we start with our wondrous wrenches. Whether they're here or not, they get the shout-outs, including, of course, the great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, as in the wrencher of bronze. Chris Persia, Vindicator wrench of the Great White North, D. Bud Martin. Thanks for your help last night, D. Bud, by the way. I appreciate you, brother. The wrench of iron. Lord Thoth, God of the wrenches. And a shout out to his wonderful better half, Lady Thoth, Avon lives, long live the Legion. That wretch without fear, partner in crime on earth, B, fellow legionnaire extraordinaire, J-Man. Maddie's daddy, View the French Mjolnir. Stephen Callell. I guess he's gonna come back soon for Trek. At least I don't know if he wants we'll wait till after Voyager. The rascally wrench himself, Fanty Outsidery. Master of the Claboni. Cover artist of Science Fiction Tales by author R.M. Briggs. Hungry boy. And Clobbering Time's own music, Meister Maximum Redstone. And there he is. All right, let's see up in here what we have going on. Let's see who's with us. Let me run the chat back so we can shout you all out. It was so hectic last night. I needed to get down to beeswax, so I didn't get a chance to do it other than saying a lot. Hello to a few people. So here we go. We have a good buddy. FKHC 2005 hike. He says, "Have gun, will travel, reach the card of a man. All night without armor in a savage land." He didn't put the rest of the song, but it's his fast gun for hire heeds the calling wind. A soldier of fortune is the man called Paladin. I'm sorry, everyone. I couldn't resist
Chris
it when you did that.
Persia just gifted 5 memberships, Clubby. He's sending out gifts to all of your members, building up the community. Chris Persia.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, buddy. You're too kind, man. Thanks so much to the great Chris Persia. Appreciate that.
Nice holiday spirit, but Chris
Thanks,
and Larry.
Absolutely, it's just thank you. Let's see. We have, and I apologize for the singing, but when people get me started on that song, I can't stop. I love it. Oh no, it's terrible.
Awesome.
Gwagnar.
Yes. Hey, Stephen M is here too. What's up, buddy? Dave C.
Dave.
Hey, Dave. Stuart Mitchell. Hello, my friend.
Dolly braces.
Adidishness. Dolly braces, buddy. Larry.
The man's so nice, you should say his name twice, perhaps thrice. Larry. Larry,
Yes,
I love
indeed. You. Jamie Harbert, good to see you. Thank you for coming back. It's good to we met recently on, I think, on J-Man's channel. He's been coming to visit, and I think it was J-Man.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. Greetings. Good to see you. Because Potsy was it not Potsy? Ralph Mouth was on our buddy Doomcock show tonight. Donnie Most. Let's see.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he
really?
was on there. Yeah, Donnie Most, who played Ralph Mouth on Happy Days, was on our buddy Doomcock show. That's right. Yeah. Shout out to
him. Become a director. Isn't he?
Yes, I think he's a director. Yeah. But shout out to our good buddy Doomcock. That's very cool.
We love
we love Doomy.
He didn't jump the shark tonight. That's for sure.
I don't think he did. No, because he was on a great show, our friend show. Of course not.
Yeah.
Your Muslim uncle. What is up, my friend? Peace be on you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Adrian James, salute. Good to see you.
Good evening.
What's up, the Woke Breaker? Hello there, buddy. Good to see
Welcome.
you. Claude Saling, my friend.
Evening, Claude.
Always good to see you. Sorry, cough break. Damn it with the coughing. Mars Monkey Max. Mars Monkey Max, I'm not sure if I've seen you here before, but welcome.
Good evening, Mars Monkey
Max.
Yes.
Welcome to Clobbering Times. Greetings, my friend. We're happy to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by. JD Lewis, old chum. What's up, brother?
Evening.
Good to see you, JD. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope you're feeling better. Dead Man and the Dead Man Clan. What's up?
Dead Man Clan.
There you go. Indeed. Hey, Scotty R37, you old rascal. What's up, bud? Hope you're doing all right, man. Hope you get ready for Christmas. Let's see. Hang on, folks. Oh, Ravenscroft. Hello there.
Good evening, Ravenscroft.
Good to see you. I think that's everyone so far. Oh, so you've been here before. Okay, well, Mars Monkey Max, I'm just old with a crappy memory, so I forget things. But thank you so much. glad you've been here before, and it's great to see you. Let's see. Oh, Steven says, there was a fantastic live stream with Jay last night, sir. I enjoyed every. Oh, thank you. I did too. I enjoyed it. He was great. Drunk 3PO, Salt of the Earth, an extraordinary fellow, and it was a lot of fun. And then hopefully we will do it again one of these days. I hope so. He said we will. So, Larry, yep. Gene Roddenberry wrote 24 of the 225 episodes of How Gun Will Travel, and not just that. He wrote some of my favorite episodes, and I don't say that just because he's Gene Roddenberry either. His episodes stand out. They have a standout quality. It's one thing on Star Trek, since he created it, and you know he's part of all the writing and things. And these are scripts that he wrote himself. And obviously Sam Roth produced the show, but it shows what a talented writer he was. If you ever doubt it, he was really great. So, anyway, where were we? Okay, well there we go, folks. Now we're ready. It's gonna get started. What do you want? You want to, before we do our reviews and stuff? Number one, did you want to show that video you have for everybody?
Well,
and talk about Dream Girl?
Yeah, maybe we should set it up.
Okay.
So like 3 years ago, when I first met Clobby, shortly thereafter, we started something. Well, we didn't start. Clobby started something called the Global Geek Gang. And the guys were teaching me about the Legion of Superheroes. And we were talking about different characters, and we were always talking about comics. And a few of the guys were on the panel, and we were all looking at the different comics. And then it was suggested that I might, if I wanted to, I would probably make a good cosplay of Dream Girl. The guys wanted me to do Dream Girl. So I said, challenge accepted. But then as I tried to do Nuranal, of course, I had to do some research on her. But I realized that doing this cosplay was going to be incredibly difficult because I wanted to do more than just use silver fabric. I wanted to use mirrored fabric. So you could see yourself in every aspect of the costume, the same as it is in the comic. And so it took me 3 years. And then my buddy Gwagnar, who I know in real life, who lives in the same province as Canada as I do, he mailed me his Legion ring, and it was time to do it. So my husband took out his phone. We just do it with a phone, and he took some pictures of me. So I should say this. I know that a lot of people who do cosplay on the internet, especially women, they use a lot of like Photoshop and Facetune, and their videos are super polished and stuff. But you should know that my videos aren't super polished because I don't use any of that stuff. So they're not perfect. The video's a little rough, but you know what? It's what I look like in real life. And it's the foyer of my house with my husband taking pictures on his cell phone. It's not the quality that you would see in these marvelous ladies who have a lot of production and make beautiful things. So it's a little rough, but it is how you would see me at a convention, and it is my gift to Clobby. Clobby liked Dream Girl, and he introduced me to the Legion of Superheroes, and that tickled the part of my brain where I was like, hey, I remember the Legion of Superheroes on Saturday morning cartoons. And so that was the seed to do Dream Girl. And here we are 3 years later, and I did Dream Girl.
Well, that's fantastic. And you have a video.
I do have a video. I made this video for you.
Oh, so you're saying no one else can see it but me? Sorry, guys. I guess I can't show it to you.
That's correct, sir. Correct.
So don't show it to anybody.
No, it's okay if you show it to everyone, because everyone on the Global Geek Gang was like, do it. Do Dream Girl. You have to do it.
Of course we'd say that. Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to see it. See, Larry and
Larry said no.
And see, he doesn't want to see it. And who else? Gwagnar doesn't want to see it. Chris Persh certainly doesn't want to see it. You guys don't want to see it. I'm not going to show it. I mean, I understand that you don't have to watch it. No one's forcing you.
You can close your eyes too if you want.
Yeah, I mean, so don't worry. It's no trouble not to show it if it's a bother. I don't want to put you guys out in any way.
So should we show what Nuranal looks like? and talk about her for a little bit first, or should we show
Oh
the
yeah, I
video
could do
first?
that. Yeah, people probably don't want to see the video. They just want to talk about her now.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Okay. If you guys don't want to see the video, that's fine.
Max, I love you, Max. Max, like, let me see it.
Well, no, but number one, you just told me you want to see pictures of her first instead of
Well,
the
I was
video.
kind of hoping I was kind of hoping that you could explain a little bit about the version of her that I tried to do my best to remake. Oh, there it is. Yay!
Beautiful art. Okay, for those who are not familiar with the Legion of Superheroes, Null is from the planet Naltor. And she's from the planet Naltor. Let's see. She popped up. Well, what was the issue number now? Her first appearance was in the Silver Age. It was Adventure Comics number 317 or thereabouts, 1964. So she's been around quite some time. Obviously, her Silver Age costume was a bit different. Basically, she's the planet Naltor. The Naltorians, they possess precognitive abilities. Basically, she is the daughter of what was that guy's name? The High Seer or whatever. And anyway, she has a sister called Misa now, who later became the White Witch, a member of the Legions. Well, for a while she became a member of the Substitutes after she left the Legion for a short time. But anyway, she's been around a while. Of course, her Legion love interest, and they all have them. Sorry, number one, they all do, is Starboy, whom she ended up with. She has a genius level intellect. She can go. She's trained in hand-to-hand combat. She's actually was Legion leader for a while, and of course, but again, she dreams. She has visions while when she sees the future, and it's been often said that while her dreams are infallible, her interpretations aren't always infallible. Nevertheless, she's a great character, and she's of course a very valued member of the Legion, and of course, as you can see, she's a super hottie, which doesn't hurt. Let me see if this picture has any of her what she looked like in the Silver Age. I don't like some of these. Oh, there you go, right here. Look, this is what she looked like when she first early on in her early appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Her original.
I thought about doing that one, but then I thought
nah.
It's too easy to get a white bathing suit and to get a waist cincher. So I wanted to do something a little more difficult. I didn't realize that I was signing up to do the most difficult one. It's not just silver, but actually mirrored. Fabric.
Yeah, right there. It's just kind of just white, but then you start seeing these other versions of it. Yes, she's quite the dreamy dream girl. Yes, sir. We like
what are her powers?
I told you she dreams.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
She has visions of precognition, and she sees the future. She dreams the future.
Yes.
I was too distracted by the images, though. I couldn't hear anything.
Well, there is another version of her costume. Sometimes she wears gloves, sometimes she doesn't. But I didn't like the silver pants with the black. They reminded me too much of that image you showed me way back.
This one?
Yeah, and I was very inspired by that. I was like, oh my goodness, that's Mirror. And of course, LT was like, yes, it's Mirror. It's like it's
not white.
It's not white. And so I was like, oh my God, challenge accepted. I have to do this. I have to do it.
Yes.
It wasn't Clobbering Times or me that were going to try it.
Oh, we didn't try to. Hey, look, we didn't try to talk you into anything. When you said you'd do it, I didn't believe. I'm like, oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Well, that's all it takes. I mean, I was very inspired by it.
I was surprised that you were, wanting to do something like that. But, hey, no one would stop you if they could.
Well, that's true.
That's for sure.
There's a lovely one right here where it says eBay in stock superheroes action figure. It's right in the middle of the screen on the left, beside the one with her in front of the mirror on the purple.
Where?
Yeah, go to the
there?
left.
Oh, yeah. So that's a custom.
Mm-hmm.
It's I would love to get that one, but I bet
that's something like an Andy Master.
$70.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't do her or any of the other Legion girls except for Saturn girls.
Yeah.
They didn't, so yeah.
So I saw this image. I was super inspired by it. The
That's
one in front
beautiful.
of the mirror. And also I was inspired by the pink one where she's lying down and her hair is all around. I liked those 3. So those were the ones that I committed to memory. Oh, that's a nice one. I've never
It's
seen that
okay.
one.
It's not the same. That's a later one.
But
It's still, I mean, hot's hot, but
yeah, but I just I just thought that this would be terrific, and a lot of the stories that I write actually come from dreams. So when my offspring found out about this and I started explaining Dream Girl to her now, my offspring was like, yeah, you have to do this cosplay
there's a
because
sister, by the way, White Witch.
yeah, so I think this is a very, very cool character.
Yeah. Yes, she didn't get a lot of complaints from the boys in the group, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I actually remember when this comic here, I thought, look, I still didn't think she should be a member. I voted against her, and yes, fans had votes back then. We could vote in the Legion elections. And I was like, why should she be leader? And she actually won. I said, no way. See, I'm in the running too. I remember this. I know you remember Fanty was reading the comic at the time. I don't even remember when Dream Girl became leader. But it was cool, of course, and the art was nice.
Let's not forget the better man is what'd she say? There's a woman.
What?
Might be a woman in that last panel.
Oh,
if you go, yeah. Let's not forget
the
better man is
probably a woman. Yeah, yes, even then. Paul Levitz wrote that.
So she's super fun, and she's super beautiful, and she's a throwback. And the second that I saw her, I was like, wow. And because of this connection of dreaming and then writing, and the fact that the guys suggested it, I was just like, I'm doing this for the Global Geek Gang. I'm doing this for Clubby and the Global Geek Gang. So after 3 years talking about it, that wonderful morning where you guys introduced Dream Girl to me, Nuranel, it's done. It's finally done. It's finally done.
Yep. Well, that was weird.
Well done. Yep.
Her and Dr. Destiny, 2 people who see things.
See, that's the one I don't like. I like the boob window because if you have larger boobs, it's good to have the boob window. No, go.
Oh yeah,
below it.
Strictly for cooling, you said.
It is strictly for cooling, and I'm not being facetious. Try being at a convention and wearing these things; they're super hot. But that's why I didn't like those pants. I don't like those pants.
I hate that one.
I don't like those pants.
I hate it.
The ombre pants. I don't like that.
Yeah,
so I went for the most difficult version, the completely mirrored, that looks like that beautiful action figure that the guys said is custom. That was my inspiration. So we'll have to see if I lived up to my inspiration. So can we show that?
All right. So
that custom figure again.
Okay, I thought you were.
Yeah. So I just took some images that I knew were right. Scroll down a tiny bit, Clubby, and a little bit more. There it is. Bingo.
Yeah, oh, beautiful.
Okay, so this was my inspiration. I wanted pure mirror. I wanted it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Only I did silver hair. I did silver hair because I wanted her hair to be the same color.
As
her outfit, like in the comic.
Yes, I like the white hair. All right, well, it looks white, silver, So everybody, what you're saying is you don't want to see the video.
I said no again. Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah, I think the poll. We should do a poll.
Yes. No on the video? Or what? I'll tell you what. I'll let Phantom Outsider decide whether we see the video. Max says, Commander Riker says if you don't show it in 5 minutes, he's going to the holodeck.
Larry, I shopped at multiple fabric stores, and I literally shopped for non-upholstery mirrored fabric for 2 years over the entire internet. So Etsy and everywhere. And now it's actually to the point where I don't even know where I got the different elements. I have no idea, because it was insane for 3 years, sitting up till 5 o'clock in the morning, like scanning through things, clicking on things like a lunatic.
San Lee, welcome. Good to see you.
My first point to see
wow.
the video.
It won't go that far. I'm ready to play it as soon as everyone is ready. Who's ready?
Ready.
All right. Okay. Because I thought you weren't ready, number one. So that's why. Okay.
I don't know if I'm ready. I think.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Here we go. Dream Girl by a wonderful Miss Raquel Briggs. You're now. Here we go.
Wow, ratings just went way up. That was amazing.
Yay.
Yeah, it was good. You liked it?
Yo, loved it. How everyone, round of applause for our wonderful, beautiful first officer, Dream Girl.
I'm so happy you guys like it.
Oh,
Well, that's not an easy one to pull off.
no, it's not easy at all.
It was hard, like especially because like you have to have a lot of nerve because with that outfit, it goes so high up on your legs that you can't even wear Spanx. Like you're not even wearing undergarments. You're wearing absolutely nothing. I have nylons on and that's it. Like you can't wear anything with it because it shows through all of through the fabric and everything. So most girls, at least they're wearing some undergarments or they're like wearing Spanx or like, shaping undergarments. I could not wear anything underneath it. So I was like, oh my goodness. It was just, I had to be very brave. And my husband took great pictures with his phone. Can you believe he took those with his phone?
Nice.
He did
Well,
such a
phones are
good
pretty
job.
good these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
amazing.
it
Well,
was
I
fun
love
to
it.
do.
Hey, Dave, cuz, what's up, buddy?
Hey, cuz.
Yes, indeed. Smoking hot, indeed. Beautiful, wonderful, my wonderful first officer. That is amazing. And
If I do it in real life at a convention, which I would do, because the outfit is so revealing, especially in the posterior, I think I would go with full dance tights, like the super thick dance tights. I think I would go with that, and then I think it would be modest enough to be able to pull off at a convention. But it's a daring outfit, and yeah, it shows absolutely everything. So yeah,
You might get a lot of attention at a convention. I think I
dare
just
say.
find that.
You know, everyone
You
says
think?
that, but to tell you the truth, a lot of people have not been creepy with me. For some reason, like maybe it's because a lot of my cosplay is not the kind of stuff that appeals to regular people. Like when a normie sees me as Ilea, they think it's creepy and freaky, like they're sort of scared by it, you know. And my Andorian isn't like, oh, raw sex appeal. Like it usually only appeals to nerds and geeks. And I do have to say, generally speaking, nerds and geeks treat me entirely different than normies do, and nerds and geeks have respect for cosplay and they know what it is. Does that make sense?
But yeah,
Sure.
like I stand by what Mark said. You would get a lot of attention. By the way, Blood Philly reviews, welcome. That simple. You would anywhere you go, you're going to get it because especially in that or other outfits. But at a con, yeah. Oh,
Yes, you would. Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, Blood Philly, it's good to see you there.
It was a lot of fun to do, and I really, really enjoyed it. So next up is, I think Clobby was saying something about Saturn Girl.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Well, let's see what Saturn Girl looks like, because one of Clobby's favorite female characters is the 1970s Saturn Girl. So let's see her.
I mean, no, you don't
Can I
go off
see her?
trying to do a no, you can't. I don't think I'm gonna let you see it. All right,
Come on, let me see.
It's not like Raquel doesn't have the internet. I can't.
Mark,
yeah,
can you please show me what Saturn
no,
Girl
but you
looks
got to
like?
know which
1970s
one.
Saturn
No,
Girl.
it's got to be the one I choose.
Okay, well then choose it.
All right. Anyone could Google it, but it's got to be the correct one. All right, let's see here, because there are a lot of them. She has a lot of great costumes. I mean, a lot of good ones. I think I could tell you one thing. I know Fanty knows which one I'm going to pick. Let's find the right art for it.
Jamie Harbert. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I think that sort of broke some people who went to my channel. Like I think some of them, they don't know, because Clobby is such a brainiac and he teaches me about these obscure things, that I think a lot of people went to the channel and they're like, huh? Like, what's this? Like they had no idea what it is. And so it was nice to have Clobby explain it to everyone what it is. But yeah, cosplay is big and normal in Japan and in many communities. Like I mostly just get people who want to take pictures with me when I'm dressed up as Catwoman. And I mean like whole families. It's very wholesome and it's very nice, despite the fact that the Catwoman is very sexy. People are just happy to see the classic Catwoman, you know? So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that metallic pink or is that pink leather?
I don't know. It's in the 31st century, the 30th century, really. But
Yeah.
I don't know what she would use. That's they got all kind of different iterations of it. I mean, there's one of her
Okay,
later
well, let's
ones.
see some more. Give me
that
show.
one. There's that one. The Silver
No, that's
Age.
boring. Don't show me boring stuff.
This the one we
Oh,
love the
so
most.
good. I mean, it's
This
so
one's from
good.
the 70s. This one here.
Okay, that's a
I'm
good
trying
one.
to find more of the ones from the 70s.
Okay, you'll have to send me that picture. And I will get to work on that one. Saturn Girl.
Yeah, I mean, the ladies.
Yeah, I won't even have to wear a wig for that one. Well, my hair's red, but I think it'd be passable. That's cute.
I don't like Jim Lee, but that's a good one of him.
Oh, it's a Saturn in the middle there? Ooh, I'm going to have to do some 3D printing.
I think we know a guy with a 3D printer.
Yep, you might. You might. Yep.
Here's some of the variations of them.
Cute. I like the third one.
On the left or right?
The third one from the left. Yeah, that's super cute.
Let's see. What would be another Legion lady to show you? Well, you would need wings, but Dawnstar. Oh my God, Dawnstar's the most.
Let's see Dawnstar.
All right. What do you think about Dawnstar, Mark?
Yeah, not too bad either.
Well, yeah, but that would be ridiculous. You couldn't do Dawnstar.
Oh, that's cute.
She's it's gorgeous.
Oh, wow. So you could do it with doe skin. You wouldn't even have to do it with spandex. You could just do the whole thing with doe skin.
And I could cosplay Wildfire. I wish.
Dawn Star. Let me write that one down.
Let's see.
You need the wings though, but
She's beautiful, huh? Yeah, yeah, you need the wings.
Look at those wings.
Yeah, that's a hell of a cosplay. That's a lot of money.
I hate when they. Oh man, Phantom Girl.
What? Show me Phantom Girl.
Okay.
Gwagnar is saying Princess Projectra.
Yes, I was thinking about that too. We'll do her next. We'll do Jackie next. Just for hell of it. Let's see. Well, it depends on this Phantom Girl costume. Oh boy.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, look at this cosplayer doing it. Woo wee.
That's doable.
Oh my.
But it should be open, not mesh. Yeah. That's
70s. Cute. I knew someone was going to say Jackie, though. Let's see. I was actually thinking about that too.
That's cute.
Yeah, she has a cute outfit.
It's quasi Elvis.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
adorable. I have boots for that already, which saves like $300 because you don't have to buy custom boots.
Oh yeah. Well, there we go. We got to find the right one. It's the Silver Age. And there we go. Princess Projectra. There you go. Mike Grell version right there. Oh my God.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's gorgeous, but that'd be very difficult to do.
It is. That is an extremely high level of difficulty, especially because of the boots.
So how did you do the Dream Girl boots? Did you
I had them made.
You had them made. Wow.
Yeah, those are actual boots. I did not buy boot covers. That is not a boot cover. I did not put mirrored fabric over top of regular boots. I know lots of people do that. It saves a lot of money and a lot of work, but I actually got the boots made in the mirrored fabric, custom.
Done, Rager Power. What's up, baby? It's good to see you.
Blunt Philly reviews the most expensive aspect of cosplay. It depends upon the cosplay. So for like Andorian, it's the makeup. That's far and away the most expensive thing, and everything else I made. So that was the most expensive. For the Ilea, nothing was expensive in that outfit. The only thing about that outfit was that my husband and I had to custom make the neck probe light. So I bought a dog light that you put on a dog or a cat or your child for walking at night. And it had to be pink. And I took it apart. And then I had him build the cylinder at work because he's a machinist and a programming engineer. So that was the most difficult part of that cosplay. So that one wasn't expensive. It was actually pretty easy to do. Yeah, shoes are super expensive, but what else? Wigs can be very expensive. I have longer than waist length red hair, and I'm Irish, so my hair is very thick. So I expect a lot from a wig, because if I'm going to cover up my own hair, it has to be really super high quality wig. So I get my wigs from Japan. The Japanese wigs are amazing. They're not cheap, and importing them, it's ridiculous. So wigs can be really expensive. Makeup can be really expensive. And if you don't go for the boot covers, or you don't spray paint boots like a lot of cosplayers do, if you get them custom made so they're like actually those boots, yes, it can be incredibly expensive for the boots. So for this one that Clobby's showing, you would probably have to do boot covers, unless you did the red boots. You had the red boots custom made, and then you went and bought 14 karat gold spray paint, and you taped the boots up, and then and then sprayed the boots with 14 karat gold spray paint to get that beautiful gold line all the way up. And then the rest of it, you know, I would have to make. But I could do those boots, but I would have to have them custom made in red first, and then do the gold myself.
Whoa. They got some ladies doing the cosplay of her.
Yeah, we'll show. I love this.
Well, there's a censor girl. Not spoilery though. Don't say anything about that, Fanty. Because J-Man hadn't got that far.
Oh, that's too much Photoshop done to that.
No, yeah, I thought I saw.
And that's also too much Photoshop. It's got to be real.
I'm trying to find him. I thought I had to. I searched for it. Other than this lady doing the original, one of her older costumes, which is nice.
But that lady's lovely.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, she didn't paint herself into anything. Or use Photoshop to alter it. That's just her. So she's lovely.
Well, I guess not too many people cosplayed her, I guess.
It's a difficult cosplay. But I got to tell you,
I've seen some though.
You have no idea how much I would enjoy wearing those boots.
I love those boots. Look at these Legion cosplayers here. There's a Phantom girl. Oh, there's a Princess Projector back there. You just can't see her.
Stephen M. Kal-El, sometimes it could take me as little as 2 hours. Sometimes if I'm on a roll, like an hour. It depends. Okay, I'm going to be so honest that it's going to sound strange. But the way your performance in cosplay really depends upon when you like to get up in the morning and what time your event is. Because if, like before in my area, and Gwagnar can talk to you about this, a lot of the cosplay stuff, you have to be there at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, imagine getting up in the morning and you have to do, 2 hours or 3 hours of makeup, and then you also have to get in your costume and then go to the event so that you can be in the cosplay parade. I never do that because that's just that's not who I am. I don't enjoy doing that, and I like to do cosplay where I enjoy it. So when I did my Edmonton Symphony Orchestra, the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra invited cosplayers to tribute for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. So when I went to that, I was sitting front row. It was so incredible. It was such a great event. Everyone treated me like gold. It was amazing. But I was ready, like fully ready in under 2 hours because it was happening at night and I was able to get into my zone and bring the costume together. So I hope that makes sense. If you're trying to get me up at 7 o'clock in the morning to do a complex makeup session, get all dressed and then go, and I haven't even had breakfast or anything to eat, I'm going to be pretty grumpy and it's going to take me a lot longer, but I can get it down to like record time if I'm doing something fun, something that I love, like at Rapid Fire Theater here at the Citadel, or if the Symphony, or these other public appearances where people are smart enough to invite you in the afternoon or in the evening. And then you could actually have something to eat and put on your makeup and get dressed and get ready to go. So I hope that answers your question.
DJ Ronnie G, hello there.
DJ Ronnie G.
Fiona.
What's
up, Fiona?
Yeah.
Good to see you there, dear. All right.
So Princess Projectra.
Yeah, just a thought.
The boots. I mean, the boots
are unreal.
Yeah.
I even like her old costume, her original, but that's obviously different. But nothing's better than that. I mean, this one is just killer.
Yeah, the boots are spectacular, and they're doable. You just have to get custom red boots done, and then I think I would do a gold.
If you wanted to paint yourself blue again, you could be Shadow Lass. Look at that outfit. Love
That's daring.
There's an outfit there.
That's pretty much how I felt in this one because of how high it is on the legs. Like you can't wear anything. It's not like, you can't wear anything. You're really out there.
I'm not used to that.
Well, yeah, because think about my cosplays. Think about my Andorians. Think about Maverick. Think about Catwoman. These are all full body suits where you're like cooking to death. Yeah. And this one, it's like, oh my goodness, you're just like, yeah.
This is my favorite Shadow Lass outfit. I bet you can't guess why. Duh.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Because she's blue.
Yes,
Yes.
that's it. How did you guess?
I never. That was a
He
lucky
likes
guess.
chicks who are blue.
I like
It
blue.
was
Yeah,
a
I
tough
mean,
guess.
yeah.
Tough guess. Yeah.
Yeah, was it Altman or is it R&B and Altman? They're into green chicks, like the green line. Actually, I like the green ones too. Green line slave girl though, not Shield.
Yeah.
This is a custom figure. I want this figure because I have the Karate Kid figure, even though that's custom as well.
See, those boots are doable, and that bodysuit's not that hard. It's not. That's not. And it's not that hard. Like it could be done.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Niceness. Yeah, we like them blue, huh, David? Yeah. So
Okay,
there you
well,
go.
that gives me some ideas. And Gwagnar was
Yeah.
talking about the female version of the Green Lantern. I forget her name.
Which one, Kat Matui?
Gweg just said, I have a Green Lantern ring if you're thinking about doing another cosplay. And so that immediately
She has
sends
pink
me
skin.
into research.
Reddish pink skin. If he's talking about Kat Matui.
I don't
Who
know.
are you calling about, Katma, or who are you talking about there? Who said it? Gwag?
Yeah, it's Gweg.
I mean, let's not Jessica Cruz, huh? Gwag now. She's too modern. I don't like her. The only Green Lantern lady I really like is Katma.
Yeah.
And Arissa's too. No.
Well, this Sunday, like you remember at the last convention, I was doing a book signing, so I didn't have time to capture any images of me doing Skydiver. So this Sunday, I'm getting up, I'm getting dressed in Skydiver, and I'm going to have my husband take out his phone and take a few pictures of me as Skydiver. So
Wow.
I will have my full gear on this Sunday, and then after that, I plan on doing my Wrath of Khan.
Wrath of Khan.
Mm-hmm.
You're in uniform? I mean, your Star Trek uniform?
Well, you're going to have to wait to find out.
Whoop!
Oh.
Can't wait. I don't know about Arisha Fanti. She's too young. I don't know. She's all right, but I don't like her costume that much. But yeah.
Yeah, it's always important to remember that I'm over 50. So I can't do like a super young person.
Star Sapphire, you ain't kidding. Oh, good Lord. I've seen that.
Well, show Star Sapphire. You can't just throw these names out.
Yeah,
sure.
Raquel doesn't know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me something to learn. I have to learn.
I saw some pretty hot Star Sapphire cosplays at Dragon Con a few times. My goodness.
You know
Carol
that I
Ferris.
actually felt something when I put on my Legion ring and my husband was laughing.
Did you fly?
No, I didn't fly, but like I felt very in character. Like I could play this character. Like, let's do this. I want to do this now.
Here we go.
I hope you just didn't try to jump off of anything and try to fly.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't say I was
wait a minute.
delusional. I said it
Yeah.
felt cool to be fully
Like-
in character. Like
Just-
Gwagnar made
Like
the
us
whole
kids,
thing come together.
like us kids who put a towel over their neck and I'm Superman and jump off the couch onto
Exactly.
the floor wasn't
Or a
too far down, at
pillowcase.
least.
Yeah.
You just will yourself and you'll be able to fly. All right, let's see. Just depends on which Star Sapphire. I'm gonna go with a couple of the. Let's see. All right, it's tough to pick. I hate when they change things up so much sometimes.
No,
There's-
a Max Redstone. I will not be doing Super Cass.
Yeah.
Cass,
Yes.
Super Cass.
She does that without even having to use the video. Like
Yeah,
this.
I know.
Cass, Super Cass.
All right, let's see here. Ew. All right, let's see. Star Sapphire.
Chris says the couch. I jumped off the garage roof. I 100% knew a kid just like Chris. I love you, Chris. Oh, that's beautiful.
She's
What is
gorgeous.
this
Did you
one
fly,
called?
Chris?
Let me find that's Star Sapphire. She's,
That's
Green
gorgeous.
Lantern's girlfriend
Girlfriend, except she's kind of a bad girl, of course.
from Ferris. She was the
Carol
head
Ferris.
of
Yeah.
Carol Ferris. Ferris.
The
Oh,
original
but that
initially.
looks fun.
Yeah.
You gotta find the right one now. There's some variations.
Oh, this is beautiful. And once again, you guys really like the tall boots, hey? I can
Oh,
do tall
God.
boots
What
all
man
day
doesn't?
long.
Oh,
All
God,
day
you-
long. Yeah, I love tall boots. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's gorgeous.
there are
But
various.
that's another costume where there will be no Spanx, there will be no undergarments. It will just be me and the world.
Oh dear.
Well, I like that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Trying to find.
Yeah, we all do.
They have all
That's
these
a cool one.
variations.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah. There's a lot of variations of it. But that's close. Like I said, you'd have to pin one down.
Beauty.
You know that you'd want to do if you did one.
Ooh, that one, her patootie. Look at her posterior sticking out. Look at that one.
Where what? Who? How?
On the
What?
far left-hand side of the DC community. Look, and it says Sarah Marie Sapphire. Is that her
Down
butt?
one more. Down one more.
Her
No,
butt's sticking out.
down. Move the mouse down. Yep. Left one.
That one?
Yeah, click
Yeah.
on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's her butt.
That's just fan art. Yeah.
Yes, it's got to
Fan
be
art,
fan
yeah.
art.
Oh, that's one of the
Raven's
original.
Craft. I'm just throwing out suggestions till I go to bed. Nice. Hi, sweetheart.
Alan Davis. Looks like right there. Mazurus, yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mazurus.
Can you send me that one? Mark,
yeah.
can you send me that one?
Yeah, I
Good
mean
try.
that's yep. I'll have to Google and find it again. But yeah, that's like the '70s version, I guess, right? Clever
Let's go
Times
find it.
That is super
yeah.
cool.
with the neck like that. With
Let me
the
see if I can catch it. Damn it.
Oh, that's super sexy. I like that one.
Okay. I'll send it to your tweetwa. The tweetwa.
Good stuff.
The tweet here. Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing about this version is you can wear a bra and panties.
I don't think it would fit me. Oh, you mean you can? Okay.
Not
You're talking
you.
to me. I thought you were talking to me for a minute. Yeah.
Some of this cosplay, folks, it's dangerous. Some of it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. Yeah. Yepperness. Let's see.
Jamalama!
What I'd figure. Jamalama, hey. Faircom.
Yeah, that looks super
That's
cute.
a nice one. Yeah.
That is super
That's
cute.
close to the original look. That's a nice one right there.
Yeah, that's really cute. Oh,
the
that's
Gil Kane.
really nice.
That's the original Silver Age
Yeah.
outfit right there.
Oh,
Gil Kane one.
God.
I think this is her first appearance right here.
Oh, that's cute too. That's a really, really great character that they created
Oh, I
there.
love her. Oh, God. Well, yeah, she's his girlfriend that gets taken over by the Star Sapphire and becomes one of his worst enemies. Of course, yeah. So Carol Ferris is a great character, very complicated character. Yeah, I love her.
Well, I'll have to do my research and we'll see what happens after I do con.
Hang on.
Oh, Clobbering Times will be right back.
He's just having a cough.
Yeah,
no,
right.
it's,
A cough.
Thought somebody was knocking. So,
Star Sapphire was knocking. Cancel the show.
yeah,
We'll see Clobbering Times tomorrow.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go take some medicine in a second. So,
Okay,
Okay.
boss.
if
let
you
us
two
know.
can take the helm for a second, I'm going to do
We
that.
will.
Then we'll start. We'll do our reviews.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Yep. All right. So
So everyone's teasing me about doing this Super Kess cosplay. So is that
Yeah.
Supergirl with Kess's head on it?
that's what it was. Yeah. It was.
Okay.
Let's
And
play it again.
is she wearing the Grody wig like the short one? I don't remember.
I think she had long hair on that one.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe the medium hair.
Kess. Super Kess.
Yeah, that's the Supergirl costume. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And as we were saying before too, I read that they let her have her grow her hair out so she didn't have to do the makeup for the ears each week or for each show. And who
Yeah,
knows?
she's a
She probably was having some. I'm guessing the speculation, some difficulties on set too at that point because she had a lot of personal trials and tribulations. We'll just leave it at that. But
Yeah, exactly.
I can only imagine, and then that probably helped write her off the show. Although I didn't think she was. I I mean, Neelix is such a horrendous character. There's a lot of flaws in her character design, and of course they overpower her, and kind of Wesley Crusher her, in terms of solutions to things. But on the face of it, it's not a bad idea. Like I think we were talking about the other. I don't know if it was on we're live or not, but if they had a character maybe that lived like 30 years or something, not 9 years. It's just ridiculous.
Well, and then they bumped it up to 21 because remember, if you had contact with the caretaker, you could live up to 21. Remember?
Yeah. So
Okay, so I'm just going to tell everyone in the chat that I would be willing to do Supergirl, even though I kind of think it's cheesy. I kind of like doing like hardcore nerd stuff, not so much geek stuff.
Yeah.
But I would
stuff
do
that people don't
Supergirl.
know about.
Well, it's not
that
it's not-
iconic. Yeah, well, that Supergirl with the the skirt, that iconic outfit is actually pretty darn cool.
Well, it's not that. I don't mean to be disrespectful in that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, I know
Just
what you
I don't
meant,
want to
yeah.
look like a soccer mom who's wearing a Halloween costume. That's the thing I don't like. So when I choose to do esoteric things, people see the purpose in doing the cosplay. If everyone just does Wonder Woman and Supergirl and whatever they can pick up at Party City, it's not really cosplay, right? So it's not like I'm being a snob or being a jerk, but if it is esoteric and it is a part of the nerd and the geek culture, people understand it for its deliberate nature, which is to revive our culture, the things that we like in pop culture, instead of just, oh, this is the same costume every wine soccer mom on my block has. I don't really want to go to that route either, right?
The Tetrarch of Apathy is here, and welcome, Tetrarch, by the way, and Cam's Crash Courses.
Hey,
Hell.
Larry, I
Thank
would
you,
do
my friend.
any cosplay you asked me to do. I'm serious. Anything
See,
you
like
ask
this
me.
is
Why are we
a
looking at
this
this?
is a pretty cute. Well, I was just showing Raquel the different.
Hmm.
So this was one of the classic outfits.
Oh, that's
for Supergirl.
adorbs.
So that's retro looking
Firestorm.
outfit. There's also
Yep.
there's also this version.
That's cute.
Lisa, I think is a huge Supergirl fan. I think her
Right.
avatar is from one of these costumes. So this is a
Adorable.
classic. That is
cute.
It's a newer one, but I'm trying to find one of the Peter David versions of Supergirl. But here's
I actually like that. Not the art of that, but I like the Biofino, but I like that costume.
Which one?
The one she's wearing there, but not that art. I didn't like that artist.
But you like that costume?
Yeah, there's shit a lot of, but yeah, I kind of like that. Well, go to that cover of Supergirl, the blue cover there, one over.
Yeah, there's a classic. Yeah,
That I like that costume. Yeah.
Well, maybe I will do Supergirl.
But I'm just saying, I like it. Don't do every costume I like. You'd be doing costumes, 1,000 of them.
Oh no! Really? Oh no!
There's the Peter David version of Supergirl.
Yeah, I hated that one.
Yeah, I love that
looks
series.
weird.
Though. It was
It's
good.
just a T-shirt.
I don't like the t-shirt costume. Sucks. And then they carried it around too much after that. Anyway, we better get to our reviews.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Sure,
do it.
Yeah.
Who's
That's
ready
a
for
cute
reviewing?
one, though, that Corrine McCready or Creary or whatever that one. That was cute.
Blake 7 times, folks.
Blake 7 times.
You mean I've got to stop looking at pictures of Supergirl?
Yes.
Just kidding.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Mark. Damn it, Mark.
Damn it.
Let me get my slideshow ready. All right. Let me share my screen here.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Let me change my camera to the right camera. All right. Touch up my appearance. No, we don't need to touch up my appearance.
All right.
And I got to take my contacts out. So if you want to start describing the episode, I shall be right back.
Are we ready for our episode description?
We are, boss, because we are on Blake 7, Season 1, Episode 7, Mission to Destiny. Take it away, Captain.
Okay, Season 1, episode. Why did I say episode 6 on there? I think that is episode 7. Yeah, it should be episode number 7 of Blake 7, but first season, but that's okay. We'll have to you have to shin kick Mark for it when he gets back.
I will. Red Sonja, Princess Fiona. I loved Red Sonja when I was young. I thought Red Sonja was the coolest.
Oh, yeah. Episode 7. All right, Mission to Destiny, folks. Kind of I don't know. I don't want to say a filler so much episode. I mean, you can't do, they're just still learning the ways of each other and the Liberator at this point. The Liberator comes across a ship, a Galaxy-class starship. I'm just saying. That's what it's called, anyway. En route to the planet Oros, I believe it was, or something like that. And they find that it's circling. It's going in a circle because, of course, something's happened. The episode opens up actually on the ship where the helmsman of the ship right there is, he's murdered by someone. We don't know who, of course. And the Liberator comes across them. And, of course, Blake. Blake's got to help everybody, right? Blake, let's go. And we think something's wrong on that ship. Let's go see what's going on. So Blake, Avon, and Callie teleport aboard, and they start walking around the ship, and they eventually start discovering members of this crew asleep because they've been put out by sonar gas. And yes, Max, someone smashed the console too, right? The helm, and caused quite a bit of damage. We don't know why yet, of course. Eventually, when the crew revives and Blake starts to kind of ask them what's going on, he's a busybody like that old Blake. And oh, by the way, John Leeson is in this episode. Affirmative, master. K9's voice is in this episode as an actor. Anyway, so that they're kind of some of them are grateful for Blake being there, and others like, who the hell are you to come here and ask us questions? But he says because you need my help, which they do, of course. And the doctor who is in charge of the expedition explains to Blake that they, about a year or so ago, by the way, they're from a planet that's kind of far out enough to where they've been threatened by the Federation yet, but they have not been absorbed by the Federation as of yet, though the pressure's on. Their entire economy had been threatened about a year or so before by this fungus that has been destroying just absolutely ravaging their food supply and their agricultural system. So they make a deal to go out to buy this extremely rare isotope or whatever this device is it will help them clear away this fungus. I mean, it costs them, it bankrupt their economy. They have to have it, though. It's crucial to save their world. And this crew's taking it back. And of course, it's going to take them a good while, especially since they've been sabotaged. And it turns out we don't know why they've been sabotaged yet, other than they are carrying something very, very valuable that would be worth something, even they don't even trust people from the planet because it's a very valuable isotope thingy that they're carrying. So Blake makes the deal, and he says, well, I'll use the Liberator. It's going to take you like months and months to get there, whereas the Liberator can make the trip in 4 days. So Blake agrees to leave them there. To bring it, and in return, he will leave Avon and Callie. And he says they regard themselves as hostages. And Avon's like, what? And oh yeah, this is one of my favorite exchanges comes up when eventually Avon agrees to it, and after they're talking, and basically Callie says we must help these people, and Avon says, must we? Personally, I don't care if the whole planet turns into a mushroom. I shall stay because I don't like an unsolved mystery. We all know that Avon, of course, is just, he probably wants to help them too, but he would never admit it to himself. So the bastard just has to find some kind of, he just wants to solve the mystery.
It's true. He's saying that, but that he doesn't mean it. He wants to save everyone.
I think he wants to, but he would never admit it. But there's also a great exchange between him and Callie when she says, we'll be all right. And he goes, thank you, Callie. And he's like aggravated that Blake and Callie just automatically agreed to leave them there as hostages and let Blake take their guns with him. But Avon still wants to solve everything. And then Callie gives him the saying. This is a classic episode. Says, my people of the Iron, I have a saying. A man who trusts can never be betrayed, only mistaken. To which Avon said, lifespan amongst your people must be rather short. So,
That's a great line.
I love it.
It's a
Should
great
clip that one,
line.
Mark. So as the Liberator and Blake move on to bring the isotope, the mystery continues. Avon is investigating, and the rest of the episode is it's a bit of a murder mystery. Of course, Avon's trying to assess the damage done by the saboteur. Determines, of course, earlier on that because a certain device is out, that the ship has no vision. They can't see if anybody's coming for them or anything like that. He's trying to get the ship back on track. When they discovered the body earlier, Callie found a big, like a tablet thingy or whatever that had what she thought were letters written on there in blood of the unfortunate victim. Well, as with many murder mysteries of this sort, more dead bodies pop up. Who's done it? It's a big whodunit. Avon, well, again, I'll just cut to the chase really quick. Basically, while Avon and Callie are, hip deep in suspense and murder, because Blake and the Liberator have to cross a very messed up section of space that will cause going around it will just take too long. They go through it, they get buffeted around quite a bit, and they have some trouble. I'm way past these. I'm going way too fast for this thing, aren't I? It doesn't matter. I'll do it really quickly. Basically, because of some turbulence the box opens up and they find out that the isotope is not there. Because somebody stole it. Blake doesn't have it. So the Liberator's got to, after all the trouble of going through this bad patch, the Liberator's got to turn around and go back through it again, much to Villa's chagrin. In the meantime, I'm just going to cut to the ending here because we can talk about the episode. Basically, we figure out who's done it. Those aren't letters. Those aren't numbers. They're letters. Sarah did it. The evil blonde woman. Of course, and later when she gets in a fight with Avon, Avon decks her after she almost kills him and then says, "You better get her out of here. I really rather enjoyed that." And so mystery solved. The Liberator makes it back just in time because she's got a ship that's coming there for her that she's going to sell the thing to. And so they teleport everyone off. They try to force her to teleport off with them, but she takes off her bracelet, even, I guess, not realizing that the ship's about to be blasted by her co-conspirators. So there was no evidence and no witnesses. So the ship's on the way. And Blake rigged charges on the doors, or the airlocks, for when those guys come aboard it. Boom! So the whole ship blew up with her on it.
Kaboom!
Kaboomy! And basically, that is Mission to Destiny, the murder mystery. Mark, are you still with us?
Mark, are you back? Oh, Mark's not back with
I
us.
think he's clipping stuff.
Okay.
Go ahead with your
running
note.
my notes.
Yes.
Okay. I have some favorite quotes. I can always sense danger, Villa says, and Gan has the best line in this episode, as far as I'm concerned. He responds with yes, even when there isn't any.
Yeah.
I just laugh hysterically at this. I've watched it twice, and it's still funny. I have to admit that I loved the idea of the spooky sabotage ship. When we see the panels getting smashed out and stuff. And I have to admit that this story is well told. There is great acting in this episode. I love the soundtrack. I love the sound effects. And it's a murder mystery, but it's conveyed with excellent dialogue, and usually murder mysteries aren't. I really, really enjoy the idea of a worldwide blight, especially being Irish. You think about, what it would be like if your entire world was just covered in this disease, and there's nothing you can do about it, and everyone's going to starve to death. This is an excellent science fiction idea. I really like it a lot. I also really like that in this episode we learn that Callie is now so close with Avon that she can speak directly to his mind. Because
Yes.
remember, Callie has to be close with someone in order for that to happen if
Yes.
they're not telepathic. And I love when Avon says, "You better get her out of here." I really rather enjoyed that. And some people might be scratching their head why that would be amusing, because a man has knocked a woman out. But you have to understand that
She tried to kill him.
Sarah not only tried to kill him, but it's worse than that. In the minutes
Murder.
leading up
Yeah.
to that, she brags and smiles like some sort of serial killer, like a completely unglued psychopath.
Yes.
When she is recalling what it was like to kill people. So at this point, you realize, like, Avon thinks she's a complete scumbag, and you're cheering for him because she is pure evil. So I'm going to reserve maybe I should just give my grade now. I love the idea of the sabotage ship. I absolutely love the idea of the worldwide blight. But everyone here knows that I am not a fan of murder mystery and science fiction. But I did write this parting note. This is not my favorite thing to do in science fiction, but even I have to say this is a decent murder mystery told very well. So it's well told, I put in
Yeah.
my notes.
Agreed.
I really have nothing to say other than that. I don't like this kind of storytelling in science fiction. Everyone knows that, but it's hard not to like this episode. Just the dialogue is really good. And when you have little ideas, beautiful science fiction ideas like the worldwide blight and this entire planet of people who are desperate to cure this disease, otherwise they'll starve to death, it's still really good. So in a normal world, if you were going to do a murder mystery in science fiction, I would probably grade it really low. But I gave this episode a 5 Blakes out of 7 Avons. Because I just don't like murder mystery. But it could easily be a 7 out of 7 just because of the dialogue. And I cannot put enough emphasis on how well Terry Nation told this particular story. If you ever wanted to make an argument for murder mystery and science fiction, Terry Nation's version of it would be among the best.
Indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely, we agree on so much on this episode. Mark?
Yeah, sorry I missed the discussion, but yeah, it's not as Raquel said. Yeah, it's not particularly sci-fi, if that's a word. It's a murder mystery. It's a clue as we're watching the the watch party. But it's not bad. It's not a bad version of Clue. And Avon, of course, has some great lines in it as usual. I'm sure you guys mentioned those. But yeah, it keeps your interest, and there's enough guesswork. In the beginning, you're like, who we're doing spoilers, obviously, otherwise we can't really review it. But you think it's one person, then you think it's another, and it was a nice some nice trickery there, and Callie snooping around in the cabin. I thought that was a cool scene. She wasn't just going to sit back and just be passive there. She was going to investigate too. And of course, Sarah's end was very, very well done. And Blake, you find out Blake rigged the explosion of the entry hatch. I mean, he's no saint, or no, he's not one. He doesn't care, right? He's like, these people are SOBs. Let's take him out. There's no debating that, and no one says anything, right? When the rest of the crew, when he does that, no one.
Yeah, well, they were evil scum.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no like, oh, let's take him to custody, or what authorities are there to turn them over to? There aren't any.
Servalan? You're not going to turn him over to Servalan.
Yeah, right. But I thought that was an amazing end for Sarah. That was just so well done. That just beautifully done, and it kind of shocks you there too, right? Because typical show, they wouldn't have let that end befall her, especially not a female character. Although she was a murderer and was
A very
horrible.
satisfied murderer, like
Yeah,
right up there with Fava Beans there.
yeah,
Anthony Hopkins in that. What was that movie called again?
Silence
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
She was a serial killer, and she was so self-satisfied and took particular delight in killing others. And so when Avon gets her in the hall and she tries to kill Avon, he's more than happy to knock her out. She's just what a scumbag she is, but a female serial killer. And the disgusting, satisfied look on her face as she describes killing people is it's just horrifying.
Yeah. So it was.
Yep.
The only thing that I don't know if you guys talked about it was the meteor storm when they have to take down they call it their force wall, but their shields.
Yeah.
And then they how did they survive that meteor storm? Just by going on full. They should have added something like we're going to go on evasive mode or something. It's didn't
evasive maneuvers.
Yes.
Yeah, something, or the ship should have taken some damage, or because they're getting bombarded. And the effects were actually pretty good in this episode relative to Blake 7. I thought they had some nice views of the Liberator and then the asteroid. Because in later episodes, they don't show much on the screen. And some of the space battles we get later on, they don't even show ships. They're just dots on the screen because they don't have. It's not because they're not competent. They just don't have the budget. So they show the Liberator actually turning this time, and they showed the other ship. But I don't know. I thought something should have happened to the ship, or they should have had Villa say, "Well, the edge of the storm is 2 parsecs away, or we can blast through." Or
attack pattern Picard 01.
So I think that was it's maybe a minor nitpick, but they could have addressed that.
Maybe
and then
we
the
could
colony
have had
we
some
don't
pew-pew as well.
Yeah, or
Let's
just
shoot our way through it. This is
that would've
Gallagher,
been a cool
right?
way to
Let's
go
shoot our way
too.
through this crap.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then
sorry.
no, it's a good point. Yeah, find a way to write around that. Yep. And then you find out this colony, it's not part of the Federation. I guess they're fighting the Federation too. So I
They
won't give
are,
any
yeah.
We're
spoilers
resisting
for
them
future. Yeah,
so
they're
far.
resisting. So that was interesting to find out. And then, but I love Callie's quote. I don't know if you quoted it, but a man who trusts can never be betrayed.
I did.
Only mistake. Yeah, I'm sure you did that with
Lifespan amongst your people must be rather short.
Yeah, which is
That's a classic Avon line. Are you kidding me? Huh?
It's a great line, but I still think Gan wins the day.
Then later, after she, after spoiler, after what happened, after she died, I can't say. Well, everyone knows what happens to Callie later, right? So, or do they?
No, they don't. I don't think they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they go back to that line, sort of. They even quotes it. But anyway, okay, well.
Yeah. And then there was other good line in that was between the crew on that ship. There are worse things than being alone, Sondheim. Being with you is one of them. So that was a nice little,
Oh yeah, that was a deep cut. That was such a good one. That was deep cut.
So adding that spot, that's a sign of good writing in an episode where it's Terry Nation's phenomenal, where it adds a little depth. Just that one line adds depth to all the characters that you're viewing, and it pulls you into the episode.
It's not just the dialogue. Weren't you super impressed with the worldwide blight?
Oh yeah.
That's such a great science fiction idea. Hey.
Yeah. No, that wasn't very interesting too, or tragic.
It's like it's like Terry Nation is almost capable of passing murder mystery through science fiction and making us like it, and that's impossible, and yet he almost achieves it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then was that the fungal infestation? They needed that. Was it a neutrotrope? I can't pronounce it.
Neutrotrope.
I was going to just call it the MacGuffin. Did they need that? Was that caused by the Federation? The destruction of their planet? That would have been even say maybe Serverland had caused it, or that would have been even. They didn't say that, but I was wondering
Wouldn't
that in
put
the
it past 'em.
background.
Don't say her
Yeah.
name 3 times or she'll appear in the room not wearing a bra and a white cape.
Serverland, Serverland, Serverland. Uh-oh, wait, I'll see you guys later.
Neutrotope.
I'm in trouble now.
Neutrotope, that's right.
I don't have one eye, so I'm in trouble. Yeah, she doesn't like me. Yeah.
I think it's in you though, Tretrope, but Max is sounding it out there. So Neutrotope, Neutrotope. I mean,
Neutrotope. Yeah.
Neutrotope.
It was a tough one to say.
Yes.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
So this episode, I just I'm looking at the wiki. This episode was broadcast on February 13th, 1978.
Yay!
Wow. So
Chris says,
about
"Quick,
45
Mark.
years ago.
Put on an eye patch."
Today's December
better,
7th.
yeah.
We're talking about the 7th episode of Blake 7.
Yep.
Yeah, Larry said that. So did Fiona,
know.
Princess Fiona. Larry, I love you.
I'm
Larry.
I'm quoting them. I put it up there. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's
Name.
good stuff.
Quoting
Pearl
them.
Harbor Day too. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is that true? Today's Pearl Harbor Day.
Yes.
December 7th, the day that'll live in infamy.
That is a very horrible, horrible day.
Age 8, which will live in infamy. So in infamy. I can't say it like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So rating on this one, Mark? You have a rating?
I give it a 5 out of 7 too. I
Me
think
too.
not super sci-fi, but it held my interest. So it's not a phenomenal episode, but you love the characters. And I'm sure one other bit of trivia, I'm sure Clobberin Times mentioned this. John Leeson, who played Pasco.
Yep, John Leeson played K9.
K9. Yes, I'm sure he said
And
that.
I met him, by the way, him and David Jackson.
That's awesome.
I've met 2 people in this episode.
And Terry Nation said this was his favorite episode of the first season, so maybe I should rate it higher.
Not
but
my
I think
favorite.
It's not my favorite because murder mystery
love Terry.
doesn't belong in sci-fi. But he's such a good writer.
I think it's pretty good for character development. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, like it's like Clobby said, he hates to use the word filler, but for lack of a better word, what are you going to use other than filler? For Terry Nation, this would be considered filler.
Characterization. I think it fit and it's good enough. So yes, sometimes you do need to do stuff like that. Every episode can't be about the mission.
That's right.
But it's just that other shows do too much of that kind of crap. They don't do too much of it, Blake 7. So when they do one once in a while,
it was a nice aside. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's not a filler episode, but it was a nice told a nice story. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. While I give my ranking and review and rating everyone, unless either of you have any more.
Oh, what did you rate it, Clobberin Times, for my notes?
I was waiting to see if you have any more before I finish.
Oh, no. That's
I'm good. I'm good on this one, boss.
It was a good one.
If you're waiting for me to chime in, I think the dialogue was excellent as usual. It's what we come to expect from Terry Nation. The dialogue is actually impressive. I mean, it always elicits a response, and it's delightful. And I absolutely love this idea of a worldwide blight. This fungus that has an entire world on the brink of starvation, and the fact that they've developed something to get rid of it, and that they were smart enough to say that it was something that was like spores, so that it would travel through the air. This is really all really, really juicy, wonderful stuff. But it's just then it's murder mystery. So it's good. It's just not Terry Nation good. It's a 5 out of 7. And if anybody else would have written this, it would be half as good, and I would probably give it a 1 or a 2. But just Terry Nation's dialogue is so good, and his science fiction ideas are fabulous. But it would have been great to focus a little bit more on those science fiction ideas this week, and a little less on the mystery. And I'm super glad that the serial killer got punched in the face.
I want to Mark. I want to make sure you both get your say before I finish up. So, Parker, look, welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Parker.
Mark, anything else?
No, thank you. Yeah, no, I think Raquel summed it up pretty nicely. But I really enjoyed this. I really did. Even though it's a murder mystery, it's a nice segue, and you learn more about the characters. Shouldn't say
Mhm.
segue, but it develops their characters further. So it's a successful episode in that view. You learn more, learning more and more. It's only the 7th episode. Of course, I've watched the whole series, so
Mhm.
you know them by heart. But going back to see this for the first time, this is a good one to just keep learning about how these characters interact and their quirks, and Villas the coward, and it's and Avon's seems to be the smartest guy in the room, and Blake is a ruthless leader. So it's coming all together pretty well after 7 episodes.
Could not be reached for the comment. Welcome. Good to see you. All right. So while I finish up, everyone, and if any of our friends out there, Captain Infinity and beyond, hey there, buddy.
John.
Yeah.
So any of you who have any rating and review of the episode, please feel free to put that in the chat now while I finish up on the episode. So basically, I agree with a lot of what my fellow officers had to say. I'm not that big on murder mysteries either. Again, but it pretty much Raquel said it all perfectly. Now, as you know, I always rate. I have a rating system. A ranking system first. Rank first, then I'll give you the rating. Ranking of the 52 episodes of Blake 7, which I've done. I did a whole show where I counted them down. I have Mission to Destiny at number 39 out of the 52. I have it as a rating of 3.5 plus. 3.5 plus. Terry Nation wrote an interesting script. It's just not one of your more, thrilling episodes to me at all. I like the Avon stuff in it. It is, it's well done, like number one said, but it's just there are too many episodes that are far, far greater for me to rank it anywhere close to the top or anywhere. I mean, it's just a middling, good, solid, good stuff, good characterization stuff, but it's not really in a class. Someone who's watched these shows 10 million times, it's not quite in a class with the better ones, and not even close. As much as I do still like it, but you got to understand, except for like a handful, even the lesser episodes are still, have a lot of things in them that I love because I love these characters so much. And this is
Makes sense.
This is
this is a great job with the writing.
and
But
this one is early character building.
It is.
And early character construction, so I like that. So.
The moment between Callie and Avon where you organically learn that they're very close. So they tell us that once Callie becomes quite close with somebody who's non-telepathic, she's able to speak in their mind. And so when Avon looks over at her, it's quite a nice moment where you realize, oh my gosh, Callie and Avon are friends now. They're close. And so I think, it's so hard for Terry Nation to go wrong. You know what I mean? It's just so hard for him to go wrong because he's such a great writer. I enjoy his writing so much. Yeah.
He's done a lot of great stuff. Not just Blake 7, but that is his best, of course.
Mo Howard, UHF TV channel 33. Wow, that's quite the name. Good
Our
evening.
UHF channel was 33 where I'm from. Broke Mo Howard, that's quite a name. Slightly. Yeah, mug. I love Mo Howard. So I welcome to Clobbering Times. It is great to see you. Now, so let's see what again. So yes, I have it 39 and a 3.5 plus rating of Mission to Destiny. So let's see what we have up in you. Captain Infinity says no time travel. So 11 out of A plus 11 out of 10. Well, no, there's no time travel in any Blake 7 episodes, so they're all that way up there then. Max Redstone says 1 of 8. Dude. B plus. So you're not gonna rank it between on the 7 scale, are you? Well, okay, that's cool. I guess give me your 7 scale rating, just if you can.
Yeah.
Despite the corniness of the Orient Express trope, this is a welcome break from the Blake versus the Federation storyline. Avon and Callie have a chance to mend their friendship. I always love the Avon and Callie relationship. It's great. In the web, Callie violated Avon's trust in order to sabotage the Liberator. Well, she was being controlled, dude. She was being controlled by the... Anyway. This episode got them back to buddy buddy despite the kitsch. The episode has some very solid moments. Agreedishness. However, the kitsch and plot holes prohibit a top grade. Is there not one security camera on this ship? Neither Blake nor the professor checked to see if the neutrotrope is actually in the box. True dat.
Yep.
Problem.
That's
There
a good
are good bits. Avon and Callie are their utmost and unabashed honest selves. Callie being guardedly compassionate, and Avon being both insatiably curious and ruthlessly disinterested. By the way, does anyone ever notice, like in the first episode, which was called Time Squad, Callie was a Klingon, and now she's like, she really they really changed her character to more.
Yeah, she was a fierce warrior, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she wanted companions for my death and all that. Sarah obviously graduated from the Joe Grant University of Screaming Blondes. Yes, but I love Joe Grant. Dortmund in the storage room with Callie and Sodheim. It's raining men. Hallelujah. What the hell's wrong with you, boy? Boy, what the hell's the matter with you? 54124. I have the same combination on my luggage. Avon should have neutralized Sarah upon his discovery. However, this is forgivable for his explanation and, of course, the finest slap on TV ever. Was that a slap or a punch? I thought it was a punch. I could go on and on. The BBC Radiophonic Workshop earned their pay for the score, and the ensemble aboard the Ortega towed the line twixt sci-fi and Agatha Christie quite well. Well, man, this is a sterling review there, Maxie. There's fungus among us. Good. No security cameras, homing devices in all the wrong places, and a ship that can't navigate because of a dirty ping pong ball. It is still delicious enough for a B+. Thank you, great Max Redstone.
Thank you, Max. Yep.
Addendum special mention for Blake booby-trapping the airlock and Kate Coleridge as Levitt. I love the quiet, sophisticated English woman, Blake 7, grade 3 of 7. Okay, we have a very close grade, buddy. What was your rank? Did you rank this one? No, you have a ranking system by now. Let me know what you rank it. Thank you, Max Redstone, Blake 7 fan extraordinaire. Fanty Outsider, he gives it a 5 out of 7. But the planet of Bismol is calling, asking why you don't evolve. That's how we solved our worldwide blight. He's, of course, referring to the planet Matter Eater lab that the Legion of Superheroes is from, planet Bismol. It's true, he is.
Pepto-Bismol?
Well, it is named after that because he's Matter Eater lad. He eats matter. So there you go. It's a bad joke but it's true. That's the name of the planet. Two of two, Ravenscroft. Did you have a number one?
Ravenscroft would like to apologize because submitted in a sort of a wild order. Sorry about that. Ravenscroft already put an apology in.
That's fine, but is there a number one then?
No, it's yes, there is.
Oh, it's two?
No, all I have is 2 out of 2 and then 4 out of 7.
I'm confused.
And everything else is gone. It's gone from the chat. It's gone.
Okay, well, I'm just going to read in this one. I don't know what really else to do. Should I read this one first? He gives it a 4 of 7. I
can't believe that they're all gone. They're gone.
He gives it a 4 of 7. Oddball whodunit with little connection to anything else. Nice spotlight for Avon and Callie, but otherwise not much going on. Avon excited by punching a lady. She didn't even kiss him.
Okay, so you didn't have a 7-parter. It was just 1 out of.
Okay. No,
I get it. Sorry.
Yes.
Well, we have a request in the chat for this, so I don't want to turn that down.
There you go. Gan and Jenna with nothing to do again, and basically no B plot. Bit of great dialogue. Avon to Villa, are you awake? Villa, no. Ravenscroft. Wagnar gives it, I think he gives it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Avons.
Yay, Quag!
Thanks, Quag. Parker Luck says, I don't have a grade for this episode, but character building of characters is always grand. Indeed, Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Dave C. says,
Dave!
a little bit of Sherlock Holmes and Doctor Who trying to solve the murderers. Thank you, Dave C. Absolutely. Thank you all for commenting on and rating the episode.
I know the best slap. Cue the video.
Yeah.
Oh, and I answered one of my own questions here from checking. I was looking for a quote, and Dr. Kendall says the experiments show that radiation from our sun was deficient in certain wavelengths. The neutrotrope will provide the necessary frequencies to kill the fungus. So it wasn't Serverland or the Federation. It was just their sun, I guess, being deficient.
Not that the Federation wouldn't be above doing such things.
Yeah, the Federation would do something like that.
Max says he has it ranked at 26. My notes say one of A1's finest episodes. Wow, 26 is high, buddy. I got it at 39. That's cool. Let's see.
Ravenscroft.
One oddball who done. Yeah, we read that one. So there we go. All right, Ravenscroft, thank you though. And thank you all for chiming in on the episode.
Larry, you can interrupt whenever you want. I love you.
Yeah. Anytime, Larry.
Yeah. And we take requests for almost everything. So just keep them coming. We're here for you.
Don't stop interrupting, Larry. Larry, you're here for us, buddy.
Yeah.
No,
we're here to entertain you.
Yeah, bro. Don't ever worry about that, man.
Oh, that's okay,
Ravenscroft. You're good, man. You're good.
We just love you, and we're just happy that you're contributing to the conversation. Don't you worry about any of the glitchy stuff.
Glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. We really appreciate you. Okie dokie. Let's see. Bump, 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 bump. How'd I get there? What am I doing?
Dun, 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 dun.
Why is it?
I'm opening up my comic.
What you looking for?
Oh, that's right. I got to get rid of that.
I'm opening up my comic. Oh, whoa, I'm big.
I don't know what happened.
Why am I big?
Where's Mark?
Mark.
Oh, Mark,
I'm here. Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought that was on. Shit. I'm sorry.
That's you thought it was like playing a video. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought that was an extra window. I didn't know that was you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's actually me. I look like
I'm an imbecile. Sorry.
TV head right
You're
now.
not an imbecile.
When I do that, just add yourself back. It'll tell me
right.
quicker. Sorry.
That's so good.
Okay. Let's see up in here. All right, folks. Who's ready for a Star Trek comic book review?
I'm ready. Don't forget about the intro video.
I won't. But first, I'll do that first. I guess then I'll do it. Okay, folks, as you all know, a while back we started a new review segment. We're reviewing a comic book, a Star Trek comic book as it happens. And that comic is, well, we'll tell you that, but first we'll show you our intro. So everyone, it is time for CLOBBY'S Classic Comics Star Trek comic review. Let us go. Hat tip to the wonderful Commander R.M. Briggs for this wonderful video. Go.
Warp drive, Mr. Scott. Ahead warp 1, Mr. Sulu.
Accelerating to warp 1, sir.
Always amazing to watch that.
This is
Oh, you
wonderful.
guys are so kind. I
Thank
love
you
you guys
so
so
much.
much. And Larry has a request: atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed.
Is that a request? Okay.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Okay, I mean it's not in the right spot, but for Larry, anything we'll do anything for Larry.
I love you, Larry.
Larry. Thank you. All right, everyone. Star Trek comics.
Larry,
Love
do
'em.
you have your comic out? It's time to take your comic out of the bag.
Star Trek: The Early Voyages.
I have it in front of me.
Issue number 16. All right. So this comic, there's the cover, of course.
Yep.
The Early Voyages, unlike some horrible, filthy TV show that will not be named, this chronicles the adventures of the real Captain Pike and his crew.
Oh,
Good night, Chris Persia.
Yeah, sorry,
Hi, Chris.
gang. It's midnight on the east and time for this pumpkin to
All
head
right,
out.
buddy.
Enjoy the comic and the rest of the night.
Good
Chris
night, buddy.
Persia, thank you for making the beautiful advertisements for Clobby today and splashing
you.
them all over social media and for just being such a great friend. I love you so much. Thank you for always supporting me in everything that I do and for promoting Clobby and Clobby's channel. You the best, baby. You the best.
Thank you,
Have a
Chris.
great
Appreciate you, brother.
mwah, mwah.
Great Chris Persia, everybody. Vindicated Wrench of the Great White North.
Take care,
Let's see
Chris.
here. So these are the actual early voyages, of course, the crew before James T. Kirk. The real deal adventures of Captain Pike and his crew. It goes Space, the Final Frontier, before James T. Kirk. Before Jean-Luc Picard, there was Christopher Pike. These were the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission. To explore strange new worlds, not like that piece of shit show with the same title. To seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. And of course, you have Captain Christopher Pike, Dr. Boyce, Ensign Spock, Number 1, Lieutenant Mia Colt, Captain Robert April, even though he's Admiral in this for some reason. Kodge and Verka. These are some of the characters. Now, we've been reading, this is number 16. And for those who don't remember, previously they had a timey-wimey story where Ensign Colt was an idiot and brought back an artifact that caused her to slip back in time. And they had all kind of problems and stuff. But let's see. Colt gets thrown forward in time to an alternate future, and with the help of Captain James T. Kirk is reunited with much older Captain Pike and his crew. On the Enterprise, Pike and Kirk realize Mia is disrupting their fragile reality by her continued presence and send her back in time through the Well of Tomorrow on the planet Algol 4, and then they're back. And so we proceed to our current storyline on the planet. Well, we'll see with that. It opens up with Pike speaking into a log. He's obviously on some primitive planet with some nice scenery. The episode of the issue is called Thanatos. Weird. Ian Eddington and Dan Abnett writers. Javier Pulido, or whatever, is the penciler. Steve Moncuse, the inker. Marie Javins, the colorist. Janice Chiang is the letterer. Bobby Chase, the editor, and Bob Harris didn't do squat. Based on Star Trek, read by Gene Roddenberry.
So if you're unfamiliar with Thanatos, everyone, that is from Hesiod's Theogony, and he is the personification of death, not Satan. I know many people think that it's the same thing. It's not. So he's the personification of death.
One thing I forgot to do, then I needed to backtrack. It was this is of course from Marvel Paramount Comics. In the Star Trek comic license had bounced around for a long time since the show was on the air. It was started on Gold Key, went to Marvel, went to DC Malibu, then back to Marvel in 1997 and 98, 99 for a few years. Marvel under the Marvel presents Paramount Comics banner. And yes, that is where we are right now. So this comic's May of 1988. It is number 16 of Star Trek The Early Voyages. Sorry about that, number 1. I forgot to start.
Oh, that's okay, boss. It's okay.
Thanatos. Anyway, so our story starts with, I guess, sort of a familiar thing in Star Trek where you have the crew walking amongst the primitive people on a planet in disguise.
In real life, this page looks so pretty. Look, I'm not a comic book expert. Everybody knows Clobby's teaching me about comics, but I do have to tell you that in real life, this is something very, very pretty to look at. Like when it's in front of you, the colors are just, yeah, I enjoy looking at this page. This page is just so full, and it gives you this sense of bodies on bodies. So it's very immersive in the story because, of course, they're supposed to be in this busy marketplace. They're in this busy area of the town. And just the way that it's presented in real life in the comic book, which is directly in front of me, it just draws you right in, and you're like, oh wow, look at how busy it is. There are people everywhere, and you get this. Yeah, you get this impression. Ooh, busy, lots of people.
Yeah, Polito is not one of my favorite. I prefer the Zurcher, the artist before, but he's okay. It's not one of my favorite types of styles personally, but it's functional enough to tell the story.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, I don't like that there are a lot of the faces that are missing and stuff like that, but I really like the idea that I feel like I'm standing with everyone in the busy square. But I knew that you guys were going to say something about it because I have noticed what Mark always points out. Mark is always like, yeah, but the face isn't done. How come that guy doesn't have a face? Although Mark doesn't talk like that. Well, maybe kind of. Anyway.
Eyes without a face.
I noticed immediately what Mark always points out, that a lot of the faces aren't finished. But I like the idea.
Parker has a question that may be pertinent. Let's see. So one question: if the comic history is included into the televised history of the original series, does that mean Spock was with Pike for 15 years before being with Kirk's crew for 5 years? Right? No, he stated in the menagerie that he served for 11 years, 4 months, and 5 days with Pike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no, but not only that, the comics are not considered what you would call canon by any stretch of the imagination. Comics or novels are never treated as canon with the shows. So
unless they say so specifically,
when they say so, they contradict it.
Then they contradict it, like Countdown. They said this is canon, and then of course it doesn't count because it's the new garbage now. But back then we're like, oh, they're actually gonna have a comic book that counts. It's which is unusual. But they do incorporate a lot of obviously things that happen from the show into the comics or reference those things. So there are canon things that occur in the comics, but not specifically because of the comics. Yeah,
indeed. So we cut. Now we know that Pike and Boyce and some others are on this primitive planet, blending in undercover.
Mm-hmm.
Then we learned a little bit more about why on the Enterprise, Admiral Robert April is in command.
Mm-hmm.
Stardate 390.5 hike. Admiral, not hike. I made that up. Admiral Robert April, mission commander, recording. I'm back aboard the Enterprise again. It feels like I never left. She was always my favorite command. To be honest, one I deeply regretted giving up. Perhaps I never should have. So he's kind of critical of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting page there with what he says. Yep. There's one
I
line especially likes, I'm sure. I'm guessing which one, but
yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, I like all of the criticism of the crew. I like everything that he says. I like how he picks them all apart.
I spent the last 10 days acquainting myself with their crew. They're competent overall, but not without problems. For one, let's see. For one, our first officer, now acting captain, seems to lack drive. She recently turned down her own command, a sign of weakness, indecision.
Mhm.
I'm certain she resents my presence here. Good. April was a dick. Lieutenant Sita Mohindas. I know her father. She's focused, eager, Prime's first official material.
First
First
officer
officer material. Damn
And
me.
notice once again, like that the setup for the art is there and it sparks the imagination. But once again, look at all of the faces. None of the faces are finished in any of this art. Like, look at Mia. What happened to her? Is she
No,
melting? Is she a candle? And
it's
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And look at Sita. Sita has
Well,
no, like, what happened to her? So I
it's
don't like that they kind of look like mannequins.
it's just an obscure style that doesn't really fit for Star Trek. It's done in other cartooning. This he's a good layout cartoonist. I just don't. Again, I don't prefer it for this kind of story. Zurcher was so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, again, for some comics, it works. Like I said, it's minimalism, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
as an art style. But yeah, it's maybe I'm sure he was fast because again, even though they have an
Could have
inker,
been rushed here too, right?
oh, he was fast. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
so many of the faces aren't finished, and it makes you feel robbed because the setup of the visual is so good conceptually, but the art, it's like Mia Colt is her face is melting. She looks like,
right.
a fire at a wax museum. And Sita looks worse. She looks like androgynous mannequin lady. So yeah, and it gets worse. Wait until you see what he does with number one's face later. But I love the scene he sets. Why doesn't he just finish what he
Well,
drew?
this is his style. He think this is the way. There's certain people their style works that way. Even though I don't like it much, that's why I don't. That's why comic book fans are critical of certain artists, and they have the ones that appeal to them, the ones that don't.
I'm
But I
learning
pretty
this.
much everything this artist has done is that style. This person is heavily influenced by Alex Toth and Dave Mazzucchelli and some of these other minimalist type artists. This is so ripped off from Mazzucchelli. And Mazzucchelli, who kind of ripped off Toth a lot. And so, I love it when Toth does it, but if Toth was doing it, it would look kind of strange for him doing Star Trek as well. And it's
Mhm.
just that,
In Star Trek, you want a more realistic.
well, see,
You
he
art,
do.
did a
I
pretty
think,
decent job on April's face here.
The close-up, yeah, the close-ups is better, but the distance
Yeah.
shots, yeah. And plus, who knows what the time constraints were for this comic too. So,
No,
I mean,
that's
he's a
why
minimalist style to begin
his
with.
minimal
but,
style. He doesn't matter. He just does
Doesn't
the
matter,
same.
yeah.
You can
Remember,
definitely see this, and I like learning about this, and I like hearing you guys talking about it, because one thing emerges for me as a total newbie and a normie when it comes to comics is this is the first comic where I have seen every single panel is conceptually a 10 out of 10, but it's not finished. Like, it doesn't feel finished to me. And I'm just blown away that I can actually see that now, because I've seen the other comics. So
yeah,
it's neat.
he did a nice job on April's face right here.
Mm-hmm.
It says Colt herself is wayward and undisciplined. After that temporal incident, she should have been transferred. She defied regulations, bringing that artifact aboard. Yep, she should have been.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Throw her in the brig.
I guess the writers knew it all along and decided to let it happen. Nurse Carlotti is covering for Dr. Boyce. Yet another woman. Yeah, here's this should have had this line now. Yet another woman in a command placing. This concerns me.
That was a stupid line.
It's a stupid line.
But
They're
the other
trying to
one that
they're trying to go along. Look, I actually one of the few people that likes the Turnabout Intruder, but the whole thing about, I mean, they were trying to make a statement about, Janice Lester was about, sexism and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Roddenberry wanted none of that, and that's why he had number one.
Yeah.
And so I don't think a guy like
disappointing.
no man in that century would have said that, would have thought that, and put it in his log. No.
Yeah,
And then
it's disappointing.
I agree. And then the other line was before, but Lieutenant Tyler, promising officer from my last tenure here, now turned soft, mooning over Yeoman Colt.
Yeah, but I like that he
Relationships should
said
be
that.
discouraged. They're bad for more. No, but I'm saying you would love that line, but that's
Yes.
yeah, that's what I meant. Like, you know, and no shipping, right? So
Yeah, and Colt's got to go. So I really love what he says about Lieutenant Tyler and how he's wasting his opportunities aboard the ship by, you know, pining for this girl who's a complete lunatic who has broken every rule, and she should be thrown out of Starfleet. She should not be in this position. But
she's a
I
redhead.
don't like what he says about Nurse Carlotti because Clobby's dead to right. Gene Roddenberry didn't want any of that. And I also think that it's very important for me to say the following. My entire life, I have never wanted to be the leader. I don't enjoy it. I really don't. So I understand that other people in this world, they always want to be on the top. They always want to be the leader. They always want to be the captain. I just want to say that if you think like that, it's really important for you to realize that not everyone thinks like that. I get so much joy out of being Spock. And I enjoy working with a Kirk. It's what I enjoy. I love working with a McCoy. I love working with a Kirk. I love working for a Kirk. I don't want to be anything other than Spock. So, and I mean that in real life. In every aspect of my life, I enjoy that position. I don't think there's any shame in it. I don't think that you're settling for second best. I don't want anyone's job. I'm good. I enjoy doing what I do. Do you know what I mean? So
Sure.
that's one thing I don't like about what Robert April says here too, because there are many people who are like me, who have no ambitions to be in charge just for the sake of it. You know how wonderful it is to just be on a team where you get to be yourself and you get to fulfill the things you want instead of simply reaching for power. And I don't like the fact that Robert April now goes against what Gene Roddenberry would have written. So now, you know, inside of the story and outside of the story, we're having the comic book defy what Star Trek really is and who it was written by. So it's unfortunate.
It contradicted 2 panels previous when he says, Lieutenant C.W. Mahingas, I know her father. She's focused, eager, prime first officer material. Well, wait a minute. So, huh?
Yep.
Anyway.
It doesn't jive. Yeah.
No. It doesn't. And
No.
it's just weird anyway, but I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that he wants to throw Mia Colt in jail. She should be thrown out of Starfleet.
Yep. The ship desperately needs a firm hand on the wheel, one I will provide. And so he basically calls everybody to a meeting room and said, he tells, we have scan for hostiles. Yes, sir. What sort, sir? The Klingon sort. So basically, he explains what's going on. Captain Pike and his team have been sent undercover to the Tamazi homeworld. They are a pre-industrial society who were visited millennia ago by an advanced yet unknown race. As in many of these cases, the Tamazi mistook the aliens for gods. When they stopped returning, the Tamazi enshrined their abandoned technology, including its believed weaponry. As rumors of these gifts from the gods spread, some have tried to obtain them. The Tamazi are rabid monopantheists. Any aliens, unlike their gods, are instantly slaughtered. Wasn't the captain part of the Federation's original deep cover survey team of the Tamazi? That's why he was chosen. Starfleet believes that agents from a rogue Klingon house are trying to infiltrate the Tamazi shrine to steal the cash. So it's a pretty good plot, a very Star Trek type of plot.
It is.
So there's some high-tech weapons in this shrine, I guess, from an ancient alien race that's very advanced.
Yes, that both they and the Klingons and others have somehow heard about and want.
And the Tamazi can't use these weapons, or
they don't know. Yeah, they're not advanced enough. They think they're godlike, magical things and properties.
Yeah.
I assume the captain and the others have been surgically altered to pass as locals. Let's see. Of course. So, what exactly is our part of the mission? We are to move in close to the Tamazi to extract the team if they get into trouble. Furthermore, we are to keep watch for the Klingons, regardless of whose side they are on.
So I'd like to pause for 1 second, even though it's super rude. I beg your pardon for 1 second. I just think that now would be a good time to let everyone know that in Gene Roddenberry's universe, you can surgically alter yourself to be anything you want to be. But the message was that being yourself and not changing into something else was the most important thing. Like, somebody asked Gene Roddenberry in an interview one time, well, why is Captain Picard bald? Well, first of all, he did not want Patrick Stewart in that role. He was adamant. He was totally against it. But he did go with the flow in the interview. And he just said, well, in this time period, why would anyone care? And so while they were teasing him that he hadn't come up with a cure for baldness, and meanwhile he had to deal with the fact that he never wanted that actor to begin with. He thought that that actor was horrible for the role, and he was absolutely correct. But I just think that at this juncture, we should revisit the fact that we can be anything we want at this time. But we have been so edified and so intellectually and emotionally enriched that we choose to be ourselves.
And there is a cure to baldness in that century. They just don't need to use it. He never
said he had incurable baldness. He just happened to be bald.
I know, but
no, but there is in my mind there is a cure. It's just there's no sense in using it. There's no need to use it because like when Michael Jordan first shaved his head, no one could believe, oh my God, he's gone bald, and then because he was losing his hair, and then everyone copied that, and it was a trendsetter, so there wasn't men. A lot of men don't care if they're back in the day they used to sell a ton of toupees and bad hair pieces. They still do, and people it's not a great. I'm sure a lot of people don't want to go bald. But yeah, it's in the future. It's your appearance or your, how you look is not important. That was true to Roddenberry's message.
That's right. I could be a Klingon.
Any differences, yeah.
But I would not choose to be a Klingon. And now I'm going to need Clobby and Mark because you guys already know that I always forget this. Who's the French guy again?
I never remember his name.
I never remember his name either, and everyone has to remind me.
What in relation to what?
The guy who Roddenberry first conceptualized as the ultimate Picard. Obviously, Picard was written as a Frenchman, and he wanted somebody tall with dark hair, and he wanted somebody who was really strong with broad shoulders. He wanted a big, tough guy to play Picard.
Hey, Jill.
What's his name again?
Hey, Jill.
I'm forgetting.
Hey, Jelly.
Yeah, because
Stephen Macked or something, or mocked her. I can't remember. Something Stephen.
I forget. As soon as I hear the name, I'll ding, 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 ding. Anyway, Larry, that's
he has. Well, I was gonna say he's got the worst French accent in the universe. Jean-Luc Picard.
Well, not a French accent.
But that's another thing that I can bring up that where there was a lot of reporters who were making fun of Picard because Picard is British and yet he was raised in France and they own a winery and all this crap. But people have to understand that it was the producers who made that mistake, not Gene Roddenberry. There was nothing foolish or silly about what Gene Roddenberry did there because he wanted this hulking, gorgeous French guy. And that's what he had written. And they brought a poopy stew in front of him multiple times. Was it more than 5 times, I believe? And he was just like, this isn't who I wrote. And so you guys are ruining this character, and you're just making it this skinny little bald, like Patrick Stewart is a tiny little guy, and he's bald, and it wasn't just that. Part of the reason why they didn't go ahead with phase 2 is because they were saying Bill was too old. Okay, they were saying
Go
that
figure. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bill looked younger than Poopy Stew because of just appearance. Like, Bill took better care of himself. So what if Bill had to wear a girdle? He still looked younger. And so there were many reasons why Roddenberry didn't want Poopy Stew in the role. And then later on, Poopy Stew talked about it extensively and very bitterly about how Gene Roddenberry did not like him and didn't want him in the role, and that there was always friction, and that, Poopy Stew didn't like the fact that they trapped animals inhumanely in fish tanks because, his ready room is filled with fish tanks and so on and so forth. And he was against this and he was against that. And so that Vulture interview, he basically reveals that that he didn't like Gene Roddenberry and didn't even want to have anything to do with this. He wanted basically Star Trek to be like Marvel comic books since the beginning. That's what he wanted. So anyways, we're getting totally sidetracked.
Well, yeah, there's one I found some of the actors' names, but this is from Wikipedia, but it seems to be I've read this before or something like this. So Roddenberry originally did not want to cast Stewart as Picard, since he envisioned an actor who was masculine, virile, and had a lot of hair.
Yes,
quote unquote. His first choice was Stephen Mack, and it took
that's
weeks of discussion with Justin Berman, the casting director, to convince him that Stewart was the one they had been looking for to sit in the captain's chair. Roddenberry agreed after auditioning every other candidate for the role. Other actors considered were Yaphet Kotto, Patrick Bauchot.
Oh, that's him.
The Belgian Patrick Bauchot.
Patrick Bauchot. He was in A View to a Kill, and he was on the great show The Pretender.
Yep. Roy Thinnis,
Roy Thinnis. Wow, he would have been good.
From The Invaders.
Yep.
And Mitchell Ryan.
Yeah, we were supposed to get a sexy, hulking Frenchman who had, remember, Gene Roddenberry was in the military. He was a police officer. He wanted a hulking, sexy, virile Frenchman, and instead we got this teeny tiny little Poopy Stew who bitched, whined, and moaned from the very beginning. He was so against the costumes that Gene Roddenberry had invented and designed and worked with the people to invent, to the point where they even had stirrups, because he wanted them to look like astronauts from the future. Poopy Stew actually went to his chiropractor and got a doctor's note requesting that he not have to wear the costumes on the television show that he was cast to play in. So it's just, I really don't like Patrick Stewart. I loathe him. So I just like to point that out. But anyway, we're getting way off track. But it's very important for people to realize that it wasn't somebody else's idea, that you would stick with whatever your appearance was in Gene Roddenberry's universe, using that, like I said, the reporter very foolishly talked about being bald and why Patrick Stewart wouldn't be cured of his baldness. I just wanted to point out that in this comic, it is showing fidelity to that whole idea. You have the power to be anything you want to be. You could be surgically altered to be Andorian, but you would choose to be yourself.
It's to look Andorian, to look and not to be an actual on the inside, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Bruce Lombardo, good to see you, my friend. And I'm glad you're here, Jill. Now I have no idea what I was doing.
We're just reading from that page, Clobby. We didn't go anywhere. We're just reading from that page.
The Klingons have never needed an excuse. Needed much of an excuse to spoil for a fight. If it comes down to a shooting match, I want us to be prepared, says April. Says Captain Admiral April. And elsewhere, Stardate 390.5 hike. Dr. Philip Boy's personal before we left worries me greatly. If Colt's mishap hadn't delayed us, I'd have missed it altogether. But now they won't even tell you what it is. I must talk to Chris about it, but he has enough on his plate as it is. I'll have to keep my own counsel for now and pray for the best. What are you talking about? It's in his log. Spock was right about searching for the Klingons. However, it's taking forever. If I had my tricorder, I could look at their biosigns in an instant, and if the Tamazi found it, they'd hand me my head. God bless the Prime Directive. Meanwhile, there's Spock. To obtain the Thanatos cache, the Klingons would logically attempt to infiltrate the Shrine Guardians. However, Klingons are rarely logical. I hope the captain's endeavors are reaping greater rewards than mine. And then he gets approached by Wowzer, cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon, bright day to you. Are you from the temple? So Pike, of course, is nervous because he doesn't want to be discovered. He gets hit on by this hot chick
Who has very strange looking feet. Have you looked at her feet?
It's the artist.
I mean, God, look at those feet.
He can't. A lot of artists can't draw feet. Not as bad as Rob Liefeld, but anyway.
Zacharod, good evening. Oliver Belamonte, good evening.
Yeah.
Oliver and Zacharod, hey there.
Emperor's NM.
Empress and Emma, hello. Welcome
Louis Lombardo of the Dix Division. Culture Casino Raid. Good evening, everyone.
Awesome.
You didn't hear me yell him out?
No, I'm so focused on what's happening in the comic. I'm so sorry.
Are you? Well, they misspelled Christopher. They spelled Christopher with a K twice. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Can't these idiots get that right?
It's not good. Why'd they do that?
I don't know. Anyway, he has to think of his backstory. They talk to this hot chick. She's basically just hitting on him. Wants to go out with him, but he has to go because he's never mind. And so
I like the horns.
Hottie.
They're both horny.
I was gonna make that joke, but he got to it before I did.
Business before pleasure, she says. Then she goes down to her fellow Klingons. Yes, she's a Klingon, folks. Yeah. The beatnik Klingons from the old series, of course.
Yeah.
The original series. Fikal, where have you been? Did my duty. Do you have any idea how dull being a temple officiary is? What of the cache have you discovered this location? I may have. There's a young nobleman who has come to the city to be inducted into the mysteries. If we stay close to him, I'm certain he will be able our ticket into the shrine's inner sanctum. You think Klingons will just bully their way into it?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so anyway, we go back to the Enterprise, and this is terrible panel. The ship looks okay.
So awful. Look at it.
And what's his?
Yeah, and the cells of the crooked. Oops.
And he said, "You always look so sour-faced. Are your shorts in a bunch to me? His superior. Can you believe it? Actually, sounds pretty funny. You jerkweed. These guys don't like each other.
And they don't have faces. Like, where are their faces?
It's just an art style. I don't like it either, but it's an art style. It's not. He wasn't rushed or not. He just doesn't have good inker.
Yeah, the pants go right
All
into
right,
the boots.
Max, have a good one, buddy.
Night,
Maximum Redstone.
The pants go right into the boots.
Yeah.
Like, what's your problem, buddy?
They didn't watch much Trek. So again, some horrible panels up in here as well. Some really terrible art. But again, this is that style that was big. It just didn't work for Star Trek. But I've seen even worse art in Star Trek comics. Trust me. Hello, man. So this, what's his face?
Mm-hmm.
Why we need this crap? I don't know. I don't even care about. Screw this. Let's
more of this weird swoony Mia Colt. Who she's sleeping with? Ugh.
Back to battle.
And the guy wouldn't attack him like that. Oh, I know we skipped it.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Guy wouldn't go after.
No, it's conduct unbecoming.
Yeah. And this guy doesn't look like he's a member of the crew, does he? So here we go. There they are, Captain. He's calling her Captain. He's Admiral for some reason. Now, okay, this is it's all right, but the Klingon ships look pretty good.
Yeah, those look good.
7 heavy cruisers. They're right on time. So we go back down to the planet with more crappy art. He'll be here. Trust me. These are Klingons. There he is. Him. I know him. He Pike. In the name of Kalis.
I mean, look at how bad his eyes are. Like, come on.
That's more detail in that face than most of them, but yes.
Yeah.
So bad.
It is. It really is him. Pike's here. This is too much to bear. Pike, you worthless whelp of Targ, face me. Kaj, that's the guy, of course, Klingon that they met in the first issue. Or second, whatever it was. You will die with my name on your lips. Hey, look, he's got a cut mooch.
Mm-hmm.
And so he attacks, starts fighting.
Another page where everything looks really nice, like in real life, conceptually from far away. Like the whole setup, the whole concept is nice, but there are no details. Like, look at this one panel where the person in the foreground, like they all look like melting wax statues. Like, what's going on with that guy's face? A lot of
comic artists are very lazy.
Yeah. Wait till you read some new comics.
Oh, this is actually detailed compared to some of the new crap.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not good. Of course, I think he's still working the comics. Captain, we seem to have a problem. There are demons in the temple, and they're defilers, outworlders, enemies of the faith. Come and face your death next. Nemesis, not to be
Star Trek Nemesis. What year was this comic book?
Before it.
It was before, right?
And that's that issue. Stan goes.
Oh, don't forget Stan's soapbox.
Get out of here.
Hi, heroes. I remember when I created Star Trek. Sorry.
Never mind.
What?
I'm going to rover you if you read that.
Letters, and that's it. So that's to be continued next week, folks. I know you're thrilled.
So I want to hear what everyone thinks. Larry, tell me what you think, sweetheart. What did you think of this one? Clobby, Mark, guys, come on. What did you think of this one? This one.
Oh, okay.
Not a big fan.
I like the plot. I like I think it's a pretty interesting Star Trek type of a setting, but I didn't like the art in some of the different scenes in it. So we only have one more issue to go, and then it's over.
That's it.
What?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's it. Last
Are you
one.
serious? That's so sad.
That happens all the time in comics, Raquel. Yeah.
One more. Well, you have them all, right? So yeah.
I do. The first 5 or 6, or is it 7? The first
really
7
good,
issues are effing awesome. Oh, Larry says this one's a ho-hum for him. The drawing has changed for the worse. Yeah,
yes.
It has.
Yes. Like I said, I think it's a pretty interesting plot story that needed far better art. I understand, at the time, it was very luxurious to have a guy like Zurcher on that series for as long as they did. And he wasn't very fast, but now, usually when they're not top tier Marvel books, they just, in Star Trek comics, I treat like this all the time. They got lesser, at least for me, artists. So many of them had crappy artists. Even when they
knew probably knew they were getting canceled maybe a few issues ago, or probably saw the writing was a little.
Yeah, they were still going to be around a while at this point. But yeah.
Sometimes they'll just say, "Hey, just
they knew this was
throw
getting
a few books out there. Yeah, throw a few books out there. Don't spend a lot of time on it."
Sucks, man. I wish it had lasted.
Yeah. So I agree. I think it was a middling episode. The art takes it down. I'm just not a fan of that artist's style. Not to say it's good, bad, but for me, it's not my style.
It's like a Darwin Cook type of look to it as well. But I mean, Darwin Cook wouldn't do Star Trek either. I mean,
Yeah,
for me,
as
a total normie to this whole thing, and as a nerd, not a geek, I was blown away by the waste. Because here you have somebody who very clearly has a wonderful vision to conceptualize each panel for the storytelling process, but then just poops the bed. Just what the hell was going? Like, there weren't even faces on some of the characters. So, and I didn't like the thing with the Carlotti, and I didn't like the thing about the whole everyone wants to be in charge. Not everyone wants to be in charge. I realize in society people think that, but it's just not true. I will
Yeah.
always be Spock, and I will always be clever enough to find my Kirk. And that's just who I am. I enjoy finding Kirk, and then I enjoy working for and with Kirk. And I mean that in my real life. So, but I did enjoy what Captain April said about Colt. Get me a Colt out of Starfleet now.
Those panels were excellent. Yeah, those first few pages. I do like the story. The story is good, but I just don't. I've never liked this type of art. But sometimes it can work, but definitely not. I agree with Clobbering. Times not on Star Trek, and yeah, there's different artists that it's similar, but this is just not a favorite of mine. And Zurcher was on. We had Zurcher. I'm looking. We have this lot. He did. The first 8
7
issues.
or 8?
Then we had, first 8. Then we had Collins for 4.
That's
then
funny.
We had Zurcher for 3.
The first 8 are that's like the gold in this series. That's like the good stuff.
Yes. And that was above average for Trek comic art. It really was.
And those first few comics, they didn't feel like comics to me. They felt like episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you fell in love with those. Yeah,
I did. And I'm so happy I have the whole collection. But I do have to say that I feel incredibly honored that I got to experience this collection with you guys, because you taught me about the collection. I now own the whole collection, and I have a better perspective on how to evaluate the good parts, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what makes it good and what makes it ugly. And so it's been such an honor, and it was just so much fun. Yeah, Larry, you are speaking to my heart right now. It totally felt like a mini series, didn't it? It was delightful. Clobby, it was delightful. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, it was great while it lasted, and even this, though, I would if they would have just kept going and eventually got a better artist, it would have been nice, because I would have taken even more issues of this. But this artist is not. I never was a big fan of his work, and the other artists. So there are tons of artists that do the same type of stuff. I don't like it very much. But again, it's an old story with Trek comics. That's something you go through. It's not like you just turn on the TV and you're watching. You have to have a good artist, and so many times they don't. And I'll still read it if it's a good story. Or that was a good story. But sometimes the art, I could show you some art from any random DC issue or Marvel issue. So sometimes they're just atrocious. So once in a while they're okay. The exception is they're usually mediocre to subpar most of the time, because mostly got hacks on them. But but we after next issue we will review another one.
Okay.
And the thing is, it might not be something you have currently in your possession. If you can, I don't know if you're going to be able to want to review it digitally, but
how much is it? Let's talk about it. Oh, wait one second. I'm not going to hit mute on my mic, but I am going to go right behind me in my bookshelf, and I'm going to grab the last issue, because I just want to look at the cover. And Mark, could you show me what we're getting now?
Oh, you mean in terms of
the new thing? Yeah, I'll be right back.
We haven't decided, have we? What we're doing?
It doesn't matter.
Or even told us.
Well, she has it, but she doesn't have it in her possession, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But I mean, if she's willing to read it online, that's the thing. She don't want to review anything that she's not holding in her hand. That's going to be a problem.
Well, we have to break that. We have to have a mutiny here.
Hey guys,
what? Yes.
I'm just looking at issue number 17.
Right.
It's pretty.
You're not going to want to review any comic you're not holding in your hand.
Yeah, because I'm a book person. I need to have it in my hands.
Well, we might not be able to review for a while then, because this one I was trying. I sent it to you via a certain way, and it's not there. I mean, I don't know what to. I don't want you ordering it, because
how much is it?
Try to go get another copy. It's not.
No, I'll get it out. Yeah, but we got to pick some. Well, you don't own any other comics. That's what
I'm saying.
Well, you gotta. I'm gonna be like my mom to.
And I have DCs and I have Marvels.
Not the ones. We can't pick and choose freely, so we're going to probably suspend the Star Trek comic review segments until I can
Okay.
Get you, since you won't read them online, get
Well,
one
we
for
gotta-
you in your hand.
Yeah.
But can we say we're going to put Raquel on the brig if she doesn't read online? I
the
mean, just
Briggs?
read a comic
Raquel on
online.
the Briggs?
I can't. It doesn't. And there is neurological evidence to back up what I'm
See?
saying. I don't absorb what I read online. I just don't. It means nothing to me. If I hold something in my hands and I read it, it's in my brain forever.
Mm.
You're lucky you were born when you were, because in a few years you'd have been in big trouble.
Yeah. I'm
Gwag
one of
says,
those
Books are going to
people.
go away. They're going to.
I know.
well,
I mean-
Gwag says you can review that. You got that that crappy Ellison City on the Edge River book, right?
Oh, I do. And we could review that.
Yes, we could. I'm not thrilled about it, but that's the only thing we can do. Yeah, yes, we can. Yeah,
I got
Yeah,
that
well-
one. At least I can read it.
yeah.
But I want to order a
After
new
we do
comic
this
book
one.
set. Which comic
No.
book set am I going to order now?
Well, the problem is, like, I'd love to do some of the DC stuff.
Yeah.
The Peter David, and unless we do trades, and
She didn't
I
want
mean,
to trade paperback.
it's- well, I mean, no, but you could, some of the compilations we could send. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
you could do a trade, but like sometimes there's like an off issue here or there that I just loved in Star Trek
I
comics.
wanted to do
but-
Dead of Honor next.
Yeah.
What's that? Okay, let's look it up. I want to go see how much that is.
It's-
And Larry,
no-
I
Well,
always
I
got
have
your
it. I
back
gotta
You
send
view.
it to
you
you.
own it. It's just not in your possession yet, if you know what I mean.
I got to send it to you.
What?
Yeah.
I've
How
got
do
it
I
for
own
you a
it?
long time ago.
Yeah, I've been negligent. Yeah, because I keep trying to send too much stuff at once. So I was just finishing
You
up.
can't do that.
some
In
things to see.
Canada, it
It was-
costs $1 million.
I'm just
No,
gonna put a box together and send it because I want to get you something for Christmas. So the other stuff I can send later that I haven't
Yeah.
finished
Word.
So
building
until you
yet.
get that, we won't review any Trek comics.
What's it
And when
called?
you get
Can I
that one,
please look it up?
yeah, it's called
show you.
Dead of Honor. I'll show you, or you can show
Or
it.
You got it. You got it, Mike. Right?
No, I could find. I will have to look for
Debt
it.
of Honor.
It's a
Who bought that for
it's
me?
an
You or
actual graphic
Clobby?
novel. Yeah, Ollie's had like a bazillion of them. I said
Who
both of you.
bought this for me?
I'll
Clobby?
sit both of you one of those.
You guys, this is so generous of you
It's
guys. How much
it's considered one of the best Trek comics ever. It's got by
Really?
Chris Claremont and Adam Hughes. You might not even like it. I don't know, but it's
Well, I don't know. I
it's a
like
Kirk
early
story
Voyage.
about his early life and stuff.
Oh my
It's-
God, I'm so excited. Can we let's do
It's
this?
set after Trek 4, but it goes through his life and stuff. Obviously,
How many of them are there?
it's one graphic novel,
Yeah, it was actually a
a real graphic novel, not a compilation.
real graphic novel. Yeah.
Not
A
a
yeah.
real
comic book
graphic
format.
novel. Oh my God,
A
I'm
real
so
graphic novel.
excited.
Because of not a trade paperback compilation or anything like that, and not a comic book, not a
Oh my
standard
God.
comic. There it
You
is.
guys, this is so exciting. Let's do it.
Forgot which cover I sent. Is that it?
I think that's the one you sent. I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
you won too, didn't I?
So sexy.
Yeah, I got it too. Yep. Thank you. Yep.
I mean, I know you already had it, but I wanted you to have one. Is that the cover you have?
This is the alternative cover.
That's cool.
That's the original one I got.
It's
I
not
think.
the alternative factor. It's the
Yeah,
alternative
that's it.
cover.
Yes, it's an adaptation of the alternative.
Let's see if they have any more covers there. Yep.
No, I think it's just those two.
Download cover. No, there's one A is missing here. Yeah.
Adam Hughes covers.
Oh, JD Lewis has to leave.
Good
He
night,
said it's
JD.
time. Yeah, bedtime now. Good night, friends.
Have
See
a
you
good one,
soon.
buddy.
Thank you so much for joining us, JD Lewis.
Good night, JD. Thanks.
Take care,
Thanks
buddy.
for being here. Yep.
For the while there, you could find like Ollie's had like stacks of these, stacks
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
stacks for $3 of this thing. It came
How
out
much
in
are
the
they
late 80s, early 90s, and it was like it was cover price was like a lot of graphic novels at that point, $6.99 or something like that,
Mhm.
whatever. And but they had them dirt cheap there, and I finally sold them all, but I grabbed a couple because they were like $3 a piece. And it's so cheap.
The tetrarch of apathy. So apathetic. He says, but is the alternative cover a factor? Very playful, very cool.
There you go. Zoom into that. Yeah.
Oh, cool, Larry. Great. Pertwee's third season. Love it.
I
It was
love
one-
Larry. He's such a great friend.
It's one of the covers right there. Adam Hughes did the interior art, which is rare for him to do interiors.
Oh, I'm very excited for this. Larry, do you have this one? And are you going to get it as well?
Yeah, like you might not even like the story, but it would be one you could definitely, it's like one to definitely we have to review for sure. So
Yeah.
a lot of people really do like it though, and it's
$36 it is now, Larry. Oh my God,
what
that's how much it costs now.
he's talking about that Doctor Who Blu-ray.
Oh.
I know they're 36. Yeah, they're like $36 is not bad, Larry. Those sits are like $60-$70. And so going for 36 is a good price for them. I'd get them if I could. Previewed for display only.
Oh God, this is gonna be so much fun.
I think that's the cover I
Chris
got.
Claremont.
That's the hardcover right there.
That's a hardcover?
One of the most
That
famous.
there's the
comic book
hardcover. The one I got for you guys was the soft cover. What's that on?
This is crazy, you guys. This is so cool.
Yeah, Chris Claremont wasn't known for writing Trek. He was known for writing the X-Men and stuff, but he did did this one. But the other cover he showed you, that's the one you got. That's like the regular soft cover.
Yeah.
But the other one, I remember getting. I think I bought the hardcover when it first came out, way back when.
Yeah, that's going to be super exciting. I'm really excited.
You might like it. You might not. You never know. But it's worth.
It's going to be
wonderful
too. You know how wonderful it is to take a book to bed with you and to touch it and to smell the ink. Like when I first opened these comic books from Texas.
Watch that language there. You're getting a little bit too personal to those books.
They smelled so incredible. Like libraries, they smell like golf green and cigarette smoke and ink and color and like dye and like it's just books smell so good. So when I asked Clobby if I could order them from that fella in Texas that Clobby knew, I felt so safe to order them. And so I got them. I was very excited, opened them up and just smelling those comics. It was there's nothing better than taking a book to bed and opening it up by the night light and having a glass of wine and just putting yourself inside of that book. So I'm very excited about having another book to read with you guys.
Here's a series that I wanted to, if I could get them for you, and I will try somehow, because I want you to review this. There's only like 5 issues of this one, Star Trek.
Well, I'll get ordering it. Where can I order that from? Same guy in Texas?
Yes, it takes place after the motion picture.
Okay.
And I remember liking these stories. It's been a while. See, the covers are pretty cool.
Okay, hold on here. Let me just get this written down here, honey. Hold on, honey.
Maybe Santa will bring them to you.
How many? I can't remember how many issues there were.
I don't know about that. I think Texas will bring them to me. Star Trek Untold Voyages.
Introducing Savick. Whoa.
Trek.
When stuff shows up, I always say it's from Santa. That's my excuse.
On what? Untold Voyages?
Star Trek Untold Voyages. Tales from the second 5-year mission.
Voyages. And may I please ask how many they are?
Do you have any way of telling Mark? I think
yeah,
there's 5,
there
but I'm not sure.
I'm looking at it now. Yep.
And Larry needs help getting the Dead of Honor.
Larry,
can we get?
There's 5 issues.
There are 5 issues. And Mark, can you please get Larry the cheapest copy of Dead of Honor you can?
Wait a minute. Lone Star Comics has. I want to make sure that he doesn't think there are 5 issues, because you said that. She said that. Then you said there are 5 issues. 5 issues of Star Trek: The Untold Voyages.
Untold Voyages. Yes. Yeah.
There's only one Dead of Honor. There are no multiple issues of that one, Larry. It's a one-time graphic novel. There was a hardcover, then there was a regular soft cover, and we got at Ollie's has them dirt cheap down there. If I could find some at one of the other Ollie's, I'll let you know and try to get one for you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But they might be out of them already.
Larry loves.
I don't know what they go for online. Does Larry, do you order comics from Lone Star or any of these other people, like Raquel does?
Lone Star is my guy. That's the guy who owns my comic book shop, or no, my comic shop.
MyComicBookShop.com. Yes.
.com. Those people are wonderful. They packed my my comics in hockey equipment, like the same stuff they make out of hockey that they use to make hockey equipment. That's how they pack my comics. They're very lovely people, and it got here super fast.
Yeah, but was it expensive?
Even by Canadian standards.
Was it expensive?
Yes, it was expensive to bring it into Canada, but I don't care because those are good people.
Damn.
And New Cadia Comics is also excellent too.
Is it cheap?
As a vendor? They always have coupons. You can get new customers can get 15 to 30% off.
Are they in Canada?
There's always having deals. I don't know about shipping to Canada, but I put a link into them.
Yeah, please, for Larry.
New Cadia, they're a great vendor to check. And
here's
also,
some samples of the art on that.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. Now that's somebody who's taken some time to create a visage, to create countenance, to create something beautiful.
Yeah. It's been a while since I read them, but I think I remember enjoying them. And
I love Jackson DeForest Kelly. That man needed his entire face smooched by me.
He did. He said that in many interviews.
I love him so much. Just what a swoon. I'm going to have a mint julep with him.
Look at that. It's pretty cool stuff.
Oh, this is incredible. I'm very excited.
That guy was in the movie. In the motion picture, that character.
Cool.
I like those jackets.
Okay, so I have to order.
Atomic Empire is also good, and Atomic Avenue. Let's see if they have Debt of Honor there. Let's see, Debt. And of course, there's Fleabag. But
Fleabag's so much more expensive than the cool guys. The cool guys in Texas that Clobby knew, those people are nice people.
Yeah, Buddy Saunders and Lone Star Comics. Yeah,
My Comics.
My Comic Shop.
Yeah, they're good too. Yep, they're good. Yep.
Yeah, those are the people. I like those people. They don't mess around with you.
Yeah. And just sometimes it's going between the two, between a few to see who's got what or missing issues, or because I bought a bunch of back issues recently, and of Star Trek, and then they're missing some, but you fill them in. So they've got Atomic Avenue has 2 copies of Debt of Honor for $15, second printing for $20, and the hardcover for $24.
Jeez, man, I gotta try to go find an Ollie's that still has them. Because it's $3 for that, for the soft cover. Now, granted, it's not the hardcover, but still, it's a nice reader copy to have.
Good, yeah. Still darn good. Yep.
Oh, they have 4 out of 5 in stock.
Damn, only 4 out of 5.
Darn it. Yeah, because you want to get them shipped all at once. That's the
ultimate for me. I just love doing that.
No, but you want to get them all shipped at once if you can.
That's right. And these guys never let me down. And the stuff they send you is beautiful. And they have excellent communication. And not only that, when Mark looked up how much these comics cost, and then Clobby checked their rating scale, the Clobby actually said that I received a fair deal on my comics. So it's not like they take advantage of you because they're shipping them to you. Like when Clobby told me these are honest people, this Lone Star guy is an honest person. He is.
Yeah, they're. I mean, like I say, I've ordered from them before, of course, and and of course I've been to the shop way back when. It's been a while, but Lone Star Comics.
So
if you're ever in Dallas, go to Lone Star. Yes.
Clobby, so Very Fine is not good, right?
It's not perfect. I mean, it's Very Fine. It's usually not that. It's not bad either. It's not terrible. What were the conditions ratings of the ones you got? You remember?
They were a mixture. But I forget how they were classified. So some of them are like
near mint, NM, like near mint or Very Fine. Very Fine is about near mint. It's not as easy to get. Although,
So what is the scale again, so that I can understand? I'm sorry.
Well, I haven't bought back issues in a while, so I don't know if it's fluctuated or changed. But you have anywhere from VG on up is where I would, but you want to stay Very Fine on up because you got, below.
Very Fine's okay.
Very Fine's pretty good. Below that, you got VG, which is very good. Then you got good below that. Then you got, fair, And it goes lower, of course, with each
Okay, so
grading.
very
And it
good
depends upon
isn't
the
as
gear.
good as very fine.
Yeah, very fine is higher.
Is better.
Is the
Yeah.
highest. Okay.
Or it's higher than very good anyway. I think
Well, you
after
got near
very
mint.
fine, it's near mint. Yeah.
Oh, and then after very
Unless they-
fine is near mint. Okay, because you taught me something last time. And so one of the comics that I got, actually, you could tell that the staple was kind of loose, and then all of the rest of them were like gorgeous, and it was like they had never even been opened. So these ones are coming up as very fine.
That's not bad. I mean,
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Remember, you don't remember what those ones you ordered before were?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think it's on the little sticker that they put on them.
Might be.
Oh, it is on the little sticker.
that?
See,
What's it
this is
say?
why you buy from Lone Star Comics, folks.
Put 'em on the
Not
stickers
only
usually,
does
yeah, that's right.
Clubby know the guy, but the guy's a good guy. So this is a VF on it. 17 is a VF, and 16 has a VF. And I wonder what my other ones say.
I think that's going to be your average. I mean, really good shape. Anything very fine and up, usually, especially when it's a book that, in that case, it's like 24, 25 years old or whatever. It's going to be in pretty nice shape. Won't be perfect. Nothing's perfect, but it should be in pretty nice shape. And
Okay.
it's going to have still have gloss because it was the type of paper it was on. Usually, it's you don't have all a crinkled up, terrible spine or anything.
Mhm.
Because like I say, the step up from that, unless it's been changed, because it may have, I don't grade comics anymore, is near mint. And near mint is rarer.
So they have a
And then there's mint.
fine that's at $2.50 and a very fine for $3.20.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes.
Yeah, well, these guys, I like these guys because they don't mess around with you, but they're missing number 1.
Damn. That's number 1 right there, too. There's your cover picture of number 1.
Yeah, I need number 1.
You got to have number 1.
Okay, so should I just pull the trigger on these? I think I should.
As long as they're not too expensive.
So number 2 is $3.20 American. So that's, probably like $5 for me. And then the next one is like $3.20, so another $5, so that's $10. The next one's another $3.20, so $15, $20 American plus shipping and handling.
But that's only for 4, though, unfortunately, right?
Yeah. It doesn't. It's showing that's another good thing about Lone Star is they'll actually show you the ones on eBay that they have, like the ones that are also available on eBay. They appear in another tab on the Lone Star site.
Yeah.
Or you could wait not that you want to wait that long, but sometimes you can wait and see if it shows up, and of course the other one could disappear. That's the problem. Yeah,
but how do you order through Lone Star with the eBay ones?
Well, they have an eBay store, but the problem is if you're going on eBay, it's different. You're dealing with different buyers, so I'm sure you could find it on eBay, but you try to find one from a buyer in Canada, preferably
but the guy in Canada
one.
was like the guy in Canada that I bought the last one from, like he wrapped it up and stuff nicely, but he 100% made a profit on the shipping of it.
Well, I don't know. Well, Canada is like another planet, I guess, but
I know, right?
It depends on what you got to find event. Let me look on eBay Canada. Let's see. Star Trek.
Oh, this one's near mint and it's $6. Ooh, shiny.
And that's pretty cheap because
that's cheap. Average cover price of new comics now, brand new comics, are $4.95 or like $5.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get off here because it's 11 o'clock and it's a school night, and now I have to go and get my credit card and buy these comics.
We don't mean to enable you.
Yes, you're 100% going to enable me. Do you know what I asked for Christmas Do you know what I asked for Christmas this year?
What?
You and Mark are going to laugh hysterically. So is Larry. Everyone in the chat, you guys are going to laugh your asses off. I asked for a spinner rack.
Oh my God.
Those are tough to get. That's expensive. Good luck, Andy.
But did you ever think when you first met me 3 years ago that I'd have so many comics that I'd need a spinner rack?
Oh god, I wish
Yeah.
it. And they were cheap too. The people are throwing them away in the old days.
I know,
Typical.
right?
Yeah. So
Well, I don't know if you'll, and again, you might before you pull the trigger. I can show you give you a link to some of them. I know you don't like to read them digitally, and you can look and see if you think it looks like something you would want. Is the art bad? Is the art good? Do you like the art? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I'll be okay. I'm just going to order them because if we're doing them together, I want the memories and I want the physical book. And Sanli, yes, I would love to have a spinner rack that creaks and maybe is slightly wobbly. So you have to put like a beer coaster underneath it. Anyway, I love you guys so much.
Love you,
Oh my
and
God. I was
Yep.
gonna say sorry. Star Trek Untold Voyage is number 1, 9.6 slab, $300. What are you
That's
crazy?
slab. That's insane. Even slab. That's ridiculous.
That's nuts.
Abigail, what's up, Stuart?
Hey, Abigail!
Good to see you there, dude. Yeah, well, like I said, you might want to think twice before you order these. Look at what they look like, but I mean, I can show you pictures, but
Darling, if we're doing it together,
we don't have to.
I want to have the memory of us doing this, and it's wonderful for me. I don't look. I don't really have a budget where books are concerned. Books are like people to me. The money is no object, and so I this is something that I truly care for. I don't buy myself things other than books. I really splurge on books. I love books. So I'm very, very excited to have these books and that, and I think it's wonderful that we're going to do it together. So I would like to have the physical copies, but I see what you're
Okay.
trying to do, which is to save me a bit of money and you don't want
Yeah.
me to invest in something that I might not like. I
Yeah.
get that. But you know what, honey, I'd walk over hot coals. I'd walk over fire for you. And,
That makes me
if
feel
we're going to be
worse.
talking about it, I want to have the memory of it.
Well, we will eventually. Like I say, there's no hurry, no rush, is all I'm saying. Because you'll have Dead of Honor soon. So
Okay, well, I'm super excited about it. Larry, honey, make sure that you get it, please.
Yeah.
Which book is next? Yeah, Larry, that's that Dead of Honor one.
Yeah, we'll get Dead of Honor soon. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, but it'll be the next thing we review, I guess.
Mark, if you find it for super duper cheap, can you please get a hold of Larry on Twitter or something and send them the link because you're a genius with this sort of
Yeah,
thing.
I did put a link into Dead of Honor. If
Okay.
you scroll up in the chat, I
Thank
found
you.
Untold Voyages 1 through 5 for $40, which seems kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit
altogether.
much.
That's a bit much. Oh, here 1 through 4. You can find it as a set on Fleabay, but the shipping to Canada is another factor too. So you've got to look at
Yeah.
what that is.
The what you said, $40 for 1 through 5. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a little expensive. Well, number 1 is worth a little. That's like a $4 comic, I would say.
Yeah, and anywhere from very fine endearment, that should be a $5-something comic at the most.
Yeah,
and
so
only because
5 times
comics
5,
that
25.
puts it in the it's like buying a brand new comic off the shelf for pretty much cover price.
Yeah, but it's also nice to get the set all together.
Yeah,
but yeah, like My Comic Shop. Yeah, they've got issue 3.
Greg just sent me something. There's a comic book shop in my area that has them, and he's not sure what the price is.
Oh,
do you have any
very
idea
good.
how cool it is that Greg lives where I live?
he does
love
love comic
Greg.
shops. Yeah,
Well, that's a great place to go to comic shop or a con. Just to,
Yeah.
I would have done. Yeah, I should have done that on at New York Comic Con. I should have grabbed a few, look for more Star Trek comics.
Yeah, right.
But
the
issue
thing
not.
is I'm not buying anything unless Clubby tells me to buy it. Because even if I bought a run and like the whole run sucked, but there were like 5 good comics in it, and we had a wonderful time, the 3 of us. Well, the 3 of us plus all of our friends in the chat. If we had a wonderful time with it, there's no way I would want it to be left in the digital verse. I would want to have a copy of it because my friends. That's a memory I have with my friends. And plus, who doesn't want to own books?
Yes.
You need more
the better.
books.
Well, I have no room for him anymore.
I
But,
know,
but
I
no,
love
look,
you.
like I said, yeah, and if Gwag knows some of the shop near you, so much the better. You'd save those shipping or
Well,
shipping
we'll
would
see
be
about
okay.
that.
look into that.
I'm gonna ask Waggy about it when I get off of the StreamYards. But
Yeah.
it's a school
Thank
night, so I have to
Go ahead and
jet,
do
and I
that.
can't even say goodnight to everyone, so I'm not going
Oh,
to.
Just
I'm
do
just gonna
your
say
final
this.
words. Mhm.
good night, Dream Girl.
Oh, Mark, I love you. You're the
There you
coolest
go.
effing friend ever. Do you have any idea how much I love you? You're like a brother to me. You are so kind and such a wonderful person. Thank you. Did you hear that, Clobby? Mark called me
Dream
Dream
Girl.
Girl. I love
Yes.
you guys
Good night,
so
Nora.
much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for letting me be a part of this group. I love you all so much. I had such a great time with you all tonight. Thank you for the marvelous conversation, for teaching me things, for the laughs, for everything. I love you guys so much.
Love you.
Clobby, best friend, love you, sweetheart.
Love you. Have a
Hey,
great one.
Mark.
Take care.
Thanks for calling
Saturday.
me Dream Girl. You're such a good bud. I love you, man.
All right,
Good night,
Nora.
everyone.
Take care.
Good night,
Go
Nora.
spend money.
Go dream. All right, everybody. So yeah, unlike you, I feel guilty about enabling.
Yeah, well, especially when it's a lot of money. You know, if you're just enabling and it's a cheap
It's few
purchase,
bucks,
that's
yeah.
that's different. But yeah, when it ends up being, something, I feel bad because I mean, between you and me, I just read the darn digital. But that's not the
Yeah,
way
she was
Raquel.
that's why I feel bad about it. I wanted to read the digital.
Yeah, because we
It's-
tried that.
I
And
like
I
reading the
had
digital.
some-
I mean, I prefer it, to be honest with you now, because I don't have to sit in the chair, hold something under a light,
Yep.
strain the hell out of my eyes, and all that kind of crap.
For sure.
Well,
It's a
oh,
lot-
don't
it's a
get me
lot
wrong.
easier.
I still want to own the physicals, but I love reading the digital. So much better for my eyes.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
much so much easier for me too. I mean, just and then you can flip through it really quick, and you're not messing. As much as I love still buying the comics, but then you flip through them pretty quick, and you can zoom in onto the panels, and
Yep.
I mean, you don't get that smell like Raquel said, but
Oh no, look, like Steven said, like he likes to collect individual comics digitally, but prefer to have physical copies of the trade paperback collection if one's I'm the same way. I love trades, I love
Yeah.
hardcovers, and I love the originals, but I still like to read them digitally because I don't have to mess with it. And that site just has every comic that ever existed. You could just pull up a comic that you wouldn't even necessarily might go out and buy, but you can just pull it up and read it right now, which is kind of
Yeah.
really, really cool, especially with what we do here when we review comics and everything, So
yeah, no, it's great.
yeah, it's great stuff.
Great to be able to do that, and yeah, that was something that would have been possible years ago. I mean, well, it's been a while, but you never had the ability. Early computers, yeah, it wasn't that good. Then when they came out with the Kindle, and for reading books too, I especially love reading yeah, just regular books on the Kindle because it's so much easier. You can zoom in and flip the pages really quick. So, but speaking of enabling, I know we probably want to get out of here soon, but I have one quick
Yes.
enabling that I'd like to show.
Oh boy.
Well, this is a good one, and let's see. Well, two quick things I can enable. So one thing here.
I'm just kidding.
I know. So I gotta. Hopefully Santa already brought this to me, but I don't
Dang
own
it.
Montgomery Scott, and he's $20. Sometimes these are $30, 25. So this is the Hallmark keepsake ornament from Mirror Mirror, and they've
Mechanic
got that light
glasses.
and
Yeah, that's cool. Nice. Mirror Scotty.
I do have one of those actually
Touch
too. One
and
of those
Mirror
mechanic
Scotty.
glasses.
Those mechanic glasses, I don't think they work for me, dude. But thank you. Look at that. I'll have to balance it for the four of us. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. Now you're an engineer.
And then they have the video, of course. So just no sound here, so we're okay. But if you've got the tree topper and then all the ornaments all talk to each other once you hook them up together, it's pretty damn wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did we
it's
last
awesome.
year?
We're showing that, yeah. So it's
You have all
quite
those.
No, I have I only have 4 of them. So I'm missing Scott. I've got Kirk, Spock, Sulu, and Uhura. So I got to get a few more. And then the other thing that they have now is this little itty bitty Enterprise ornament here. Oh, let's see. So they've got this one is fantastic. Got to get that. Hopefully someone bought that for me. Hopefully Santa got me that. And that's the the hand, you know, hand of
Love it.
Apollo.
Hand of
So that's
Apollo.
phenomenal.
Ooh, launch,
And I
right,
think there's a
yeah.
mini Enterprise that's that I just bought, and they sent me 4 of them.
Yep.
But that was a
Coolest
brand new.
Archer.
Yeah, the Archer. Yep. Well, Amazon sells. I guess it's Amazon Marketplace. I guess so. Those are older ones. But let me do Star Trek. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh well.
I hear you, Gwag. I hear you. A lot of people agree with that for sure. He says he likes like digital for a quick reference, but prefer physical copies for reading. I understand big time. And Steven says, one of the advantages of digital over physical, at least when it comes to comics and ebooks, is that eventually paper will disintegrate. Whereas the files can be transferred to newer forms of storage. Exactly. I mean, remember that paper they originally printed on were just what was available at the time.
Yeah.
And it's the art and the story and everything that you need to preserve more than anything else. At least is the way I look at it.
Yep. So this is the mini Enterprise for $10, which is very cool. So it's the size of a penny, but it's really detailed. I mean, the quality of the mold is excellent. The paint job is excellent.
See what you did? See what you did?
Thanks you.
Thanks to you nerds. I just bought my first Star Trek toys on eBay. You were all bad influence. Hey, don't blame me. Mark's the enabler, not me, man.
Get those nerds! Nerds!
What? And they also have a mini Kirk that's about the size of a penny. He's going to fight Ant-Man. Pretty darn good. This guy got to buy this one too, so it's a pretty darn good for a sculpt. And the trick is to go to the Hallmark store after Christmas, and sometimes you can get these for. So I definitely. And one last thing, I've been printing these as I've been making Doomsday Machine Hallmark ornaments. So I printed a batch of 6 yesterday. If you saw the stream, and Steven's asking, do they have an NX? I'm pretty sure they have an NX-01. Yeah, I've got an.
Yeah, I think they did, Steven.
They made it with a stand and it's die cast because they had to rush it. Yeah, so they had to rush it out. So I think there's only one version, and I have it, and it's got a stand that plays Archer's speech, and you can put it on the tree, but it's very, very heavy. So I actually leave it out all year. So and I think that's the only one they made because that show, unfortunately, wasn't as popular as we would have wished. I have the Archer ornament, and I have who else do I have from? Did they make any of the other characters? Yeah. So here's the NX-01 ornament with a voice. Let me pull this over. So this is what this looks like. But I leave this out year round on my desk because it's very, very cool. But they considered this a Christmas ornament. I remember reading about it. They had to rush it, and they couldn't get the molds or the plastic molds or some reasoning why they kept it like this. So it's actually a really heavy duty ship with this, so they call it an ornament. But it's really really nice. I'll show it on. I'll grab it one night and show it. But I think that's the only. I think that's the only one that they did from Enterprise. Looks like, yep. And they did T'Pol. And they did Archer. Oh, and they did Trip in the spacesuit.
Those are the toys.
No, that ornament too.
Okay.
They did T'Pol as
weird
as a regular outfit, and then Trip for some reason in the spacesuit.
All right, everybody, we're gonna start wrapping it up now.
Yep.
We've been on for a good while. I'm about to get out of here.
Yep.
Unless you're not done with your enabling.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. So here, well, if you want to get one of these Christmas ornaments or Doomsday Machine ornaments, I'll put the link in. But I'm making those. I'm making these small so you can put them on the tree with the, the ribbon, and hopefully they won't eat all your Christmas presents.
There you go. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. Really appreciate it. Any final words, Mark, before we get out of here?
No, but thank you for having me. Hope your cough gets better. You
Thank
sound a little bit better now, hopefully.
Thank you.
Hopefully McCoy will pay you a visit, and great hanging out with everyone tonight. And thank you, chat. And thank you, Raquel. It was a fun night.
All right, dude. Let's see here. Tomorrow night, of course, be at J-Man's channel for continuing our Jack Kirby Fourth World reviews with J-Man and Sean. A lot of fun there. Then, of course, at Nick's channel for the Friday Night Comic Shop Talk Boys, 8:30 Central Standard Time. And then Saturday night Star Trek. Saturday night Star Trek starting season 4 of Star Trek Voyager. 4 episodes. Then Sunday night at the Great Chief Engineer's channel with Mark D with the C's channel. Sunday night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then back Monday, Earth B with a new Bob Haney adventure. J-Man joins me at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. And then I'll be back later, a couple hours later, at 9 Central for Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk. Our buddy Jagary of Pop Culture Minefield will be joining me to talk about his new comic, Vindicated Inc. And then, of course, the rest of the week and all that wackiness. But let me shout our wrenches, of course. Eric K., Chris Perzia, D. Bud Martin, Lord Thoth, J-Man, Maddie's Daddy, Kal-El, Phantom Outsider, Hungry Boy, Maximum Redstone. And to all you fantastic friends here in the chat, Tetrarch of Apathy, thank you for being here. Don Ranger Power, thanks for being here, buddy. Good to see you. Jill was here, a wonderful friend, Antiderivative Jill. Dave C, Empress NM. Jamie Harbert, nice to meet you again, and have you join us again. Thank you so much. Oliver Belamonte, buddy. All right. Let's see. Kal-El, buddy. So I'm glad you're here tonight, buddy. Steven, it's good to see you. Gwagnar. All right, Gwagnar. Larry. Stanley. Abigail. Zacharat. Stuart Mitchell. Let's see. Who else is here? Up in here. Parker Luck. All right, my friend. Jenny Lewis. Bruce Lombardo. All right, buddy. DJ Ronnie G. Could not be reached. Fully the comment. Jamalama. Ravenscroft. Captain Infinity and Beyond was here. Broke Mo Howard, UHF TV Channel 33. I can't believe I said that without messing it up. Cool name. Let's see. I know there's definitely more. I just got to go back higher. Got to go up faster and higher. Mars Monkey Max, a new one. Princess Fiona. Good to see you, Fiona. Always glad you're here. Always glad to see you. Cam's Crash Courses. Cam, buddy. David Rayburn, my cuz. All right, bro. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing all right, man. Let's see. Anybody lurking, by the way, shout out to you. Thank you so much. We appreciate our lurkers, and anyone watching on a download or rewatch, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Please hit that like button and sub and the notification bell if you wouldn't mind. DJ Play Nice. Mazarus was here. All right, Mazarus. Good to see you. Blunt Philly Reviews. Now we're getting close to the point where I'm wondering if I have gotten anybody else or not. But we know how that goes, don't we? Same old story. I think I've gotten everybody. As I scroll, seeing names I've already called out. But then every time I think that, we know what happens, don't we? But I'm going to go out on a limb. Say now that I believe we've gotten everybody this time. No stone unturned. Except for FKH, of course, because he is here. FKH. But he was the beginning of the show. Adrian James was here, though. That's right. See? Told you I didn't have everybody. Scotty R37 was here. See? Told you not everybody. Or maybe I didn't tell you. But I meant to. I was gonna. Yeah, Claude Salling was here. See, the Wolf Breaker was here. See for Catwoman. All right, well, yeah, my voice is about had it. Oh, but your Muslim uncle was here. Great friend. All right. Now I got everybody. When you say I got everybody, you probably got everybody, right? Yes, I did. See, got them all. And Brogu. Why didn't you tell me about Brogu? Brogu from my own hometown.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Acknowledge. Hey. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. My voice is had it. I'm about to go try to recuperate. So be ready for tomorrow's night. The show's tomorrow night and then Saturday night Star Trek. I don't know what I'm going to do. But until then, folks, thank you so much for being here at the clubhouse. We had a great time as always. Thanks to our wonderful first officer, Dream Girl. And thanks to all of you for being so cool. Have a marvelous night and great weekend. Can't wait to see you. We'll be here. We'll see you throughout the weekend, of course. Good night, everybody.
I just love clobbering time.